Welcome to the Mix and Figure Pals. Hi, I am Dr. A, your host, and I am your crystal rock goddess. Welcome to the Mix and Figure Pals. Hi, I am Dr. A, your host, and I am your crystal rock goddess. The rock goddess, and we're in the place to be. Make sure you come on inside the Crystal Palace, take your shoes off, leave them by the door, stop at the crystal bar, grab your crystals and grab your libations, because over here we honor our ancestors. 5 ways to become a crystal. All you have to do is like, share, and subscribe. 2, all you have to do is type, and we call that what? The boom boom room. The 3rd way to become a crystal, all you have to do is listen, and we call the parlor room. The 4th way to become a crystal, all you have to do is after the show, don't leave your play around me, true player for real, ask me, you know what I mean. All you got to do is outhouse gang up in this thing, and that's what we call our after show, okay? Now, 5th way to become a crystal, all you have to do is to make sure you join our membership. Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the Mickey Flicky Crystal Palace. Y'all, I'm looking at these old pictures of my grandchildren. I need to call them. I need to call them. I'm looking at these old pictures, and I'm looking at these pictures of my son. Boy, his hair. Woo, Lord. I'm trying to tell you, boy, back in the day, good Lord. Woo, before my husband started cutting it, baby, I'm like, woo, his hair look crazy. We had to get that right. It's together now. Woo, and this smile, y'all. When he forced himself to smile, y'all should see it. It is so funny. And he knows he's making a weird face. It is so funny. I look at these pictures. He was such a little bitty kid. He was 4 years old on this picture. And I just look at it. And then I go back and look at his little baby pictures. And I'm like, oh, he was so cute. He was a preemie. I said, look at him. Well, he weighed 1 pound and some change, okay? And boy, he a miracle. He a miracle. All my children are a miracle. I have a birth story about all of them. So I'm really happy. I can remember each and every one of them. Yeah. So anyway, we got to talk about children and stuff. Y'all made me start thinking about my babies. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, y'all, woo, Lord, these legs is going. Yeah, we're gonna talk about these mommies, y'all. We're gonna talk about these mommies, honey. We're gonna talk about these mommies. I guess that's what y'all like talking about. I can't. Every time I try to go off the subject, y'all. Every time I try to mention something else, y'all pull me back in. Okay, y'all pull me back in. Y'all pull me back in because I have a lot of commentary. I can talk about different things, But before we even get started, what was I gonna say to y'all? Oh yeah, let's talk about the goals. If y'all got some goals, y'all want to type into the chat. Could y'all do that? One of my goals, other than my business goals, but I think we talked about my business goal. But let me tell you about a couple personal goals that I'm working on, y'all. Type in your business goals, or if you have a business or you would like to start a business, or type in like what would you like to do with your career, like your career as someone's at a job. That's fine too. Or if you're a student going to school, what are you going to school for? Okay, let's talk about that. Um, I already shared with you all some of my business ideas and goals. So I'm gonna tell you about my personal goals. My personal goals, y'all asked me, Dr. A, why you working out? Well, number one, I'm fat, okay? I was fat, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And I kind of played around with it, and then I get started real. I used to get real started, and then I wouldn't see the progression. And I'm just now really seeing the progression because I took out certain things from my diet. Like I was eating like these, like the foods from, like I would make, everything would be organic, and everything would be like straight vegetables, straight produce, and straight, produce meaning the veggies, the fruits and of the world. And then I got it. If I sound like I'm out of breath, because I am, y'all, I'm on the bike. uh, but I had to take these steps of getting this stuff out of my diet. Okay, so the stuff that I had in my diet, of course I'm a vegetarian slash vegan sometimes, and definitely plant based. However, I would get these them little vegan little things at the store at the Kroger's. Like for example, they have like these vegan buffalo wings. I would get that sometimes, not all the time, but I would get enough of them. So we would eat those, and like the breakfast patties, the vegan breakfast patties. That's all processed food. Now, did I have some processed foods in the refrigerator? Of course, I had like that. But for the most part, I would say I would probably have 20%. Back when I would have 20%, no, 15. That's just really an honest assessment. 50% processed, and the rest, meaning 100%, 100% being the percentile, and the rest pretty much uh considered was vegetables and produce. And then I would make my own. And then I had to kind of wing myself off, you know, like for real. How you doing, Rose? I had to wing myself off the vegan patties and so forth and so on. And when my son first got here, we would do the vegan nuggets and stuff like that, because he was coming from meat, right? So we were trying to introduce him to our diet, and then we had to wing him off because he was so little. He was like four-ish. And then once he turned hit what age did he hit? He hit like, I would say about 8ish. 8ish, yeah, exactly. He's 9 now. So about 8ish, we start winging him off the vegan nuggets and so forth and patties. And every blue moon, like if we at a restaurant, if they have it, he'll probably get it. You know what I'm saying? A vegan burger. But we pretty much make our vegan burger. How you doing, Rose? Uh, so that's what it is. So I changed that out of my diet, right? And I cut back on bread. I still eat a little bread here and there, but it's not like it was. You get what I'm saying? And then I also incorporated exercise, because I was just doing little exercise. 'Cause I kind of just started sitting on my tukas, right? So I started changing that. Okay. I don't know why y'all leaving, because I'm trying to share some stuff with y'all. These mommies are getting on my last nerves with their selfish behavior. So, true. So I just started wanting to change my lifestyle, as far as my intake of different foods, and I wanted to just change my life because I wanted to be around here a lot longer. So I started incorporating exercise, but I have lost a lot of weight. Like I tell y'all, 60 is really more than that. But it's really, I'm just gonna deal with the 60 because I don't count the other weight, because that was a while ago. That way I don't count. I count the 60 is what I've lost within the past, I would say within the past two to three, 4. Well, about 4. I say within the, I would say within a 4 month period, I started to show some little weight loss, and then I just all of a sudden I started to see more. I went to the doctor, like I went to the doctor because my neck's training, they took blood tests and all this stuff. And I was just like, and she was like, wow, you lost a lot of weight. I didn't even notice until she weighed me, then she told me. We talked about it, and she was like, what are you doing? I told her, and it just kind of started happening. And I just stopped paying attention to the scale and just started like really working on myself, because I was like, look, I want to do this. I want my hair thicker. Like my hair is thin. I have thin hair. I've always had thin my hair my whole life. It is frizzy. My hair is just naturally frizzy. It's soft. even with locks, right? So I kind of want to thicken up my hair. And like I said, the way that they parted it was retarded, you know. So just certain things I just started working on that I want to work on myself. I wanted to work on actually, even as a healer, I listen to people, but I still feel like certain recommendations that I have, right? Even if they don't ask me, I just offer the recommendations. So for example, y'all know I kind of struggle with putting the pills, putting the powder in the pills. I'm like, because this is just plastic, but if people want that, I'm gonna give it to them. Why am I gonna argue with what they want? You know what I mean? Number one, it's saving me money. Why am I gonna argue with them about what they want? So I started working on that. Um, and also trying to save the world because I do have that complex, and that's something that I had to work on because I'm like, yeah, you guys, this would be better if you do this and this and that. That's because that came from me being in the movement and all this stuff. So so I worked on that. I'm like, okay, well, shoot, this is what they want. I'm just gonna tell them. I offer them like, hey, this probably wouldn't be best for you, just as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. Cool, you want it, I'll give it to you, no problem, right? But it was like morality. My morals was like, I can't do it. Not that I've had perfect morals throughout my life, because I have not. So we're gonna talk about these mommies, but I have to get this out the way. So going into something that my morals wasn't always in the best, right? Throughout my life. And I think that a lot of people come up here that clown these mommies. They'll kind of have this, not everybody, but some people don't really. Let me talk about who I'm talking about in general. Wine trash. Wine trash will come up here, clown Jasmine, because I went and looked at some of her videos. Somebody had it on their channel, so I went and looked at it. And she would clown Jasmine about being this junky, disgusting person, right? But all along she was junky and disgusting, right? So you still have to, even by me talking about these mommies, certain things I've done that was morally immoral. Okay. I was gonna say morally irresponsible, but okay, yeah, I can say both, right? Wasn't proper for me to have been doing to begin with, right? And my morals wasn't always tip top. So let's just get that out the way. Um, so but I can get up here and talk about it because it's my past, and it's because something that I had to heal from. And again, I've hurt people have hurt me, and I return and say, well, I'm gonna hurt you back. I'm gonna get my revenge on you. And it was dumb, right? Because you end up doing what? Hurting yourself, right? So when you do that. So anyway, that takes me, we're gonna talk about Olivia tomorrow. I just can't talk about Olivia right now because I need to be at my business. I don't like talking about Olivia in my home. I don't. I really don't. And talking about her in general gets on my nerves. So anyway, let's continue on from that. So just have to get that out the way because I think a lot of times people think that when we come up here, there's something that we view ourselves as perfect. And I don't really think that none of the um reactors, and I mean none of them. I don't feel like none of them think they're perfect. I think that they're just coming from a place of, listen, this is what we need to talk about. We need to talk about uh these mommies, because some of them may have been there, or some of them just like, well, I have my own faults, but you is crazy. They don't feel like you, like that person, these people are crazy, right? So that's the bottom line. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of on the seat of, y'all are crazy. Like, I have done some things in my life that I'm not proud of. I've been through depression. I've been through all kind of things. And I could have a real good candid conversation about that. But one thing I haven't done is sat around and felt sorry for myself no more than 3 days. Just to be honest with y'all. Just to be honest. I had a 3-day minimum. Even if I cried my way through, even if I cried and listened to music and cried myself to sleep, I still got up and went to work. I still went up and got up and went to work. I still did what I need to do. I might have been trying to talk to other people. And that's the one thing about the strong person, because I was always the strong woman in friendships, right? And everybody would come to me and dump and trauma dump on me about their problems. But then when I come to go talk to them about the problems I was having, nobody really would be there for me, to be honest. To be honest, they would turn me away because they're like, well, you strong. Well, you can deal with this shit, but then they won't rely on me. So that's another reason why when we have a conversation about friendships and stuff where I'm like, I ain't with all that. And that's another reason what kind of pushed me away, other than losing my best friend. When I lost my best friend, also I and I tried to befriend certain people, and I couldn't trust them because they were some snaking ass bitches. But so let's move on. All right, let's find what we're going to. Let's find. Let me pull up what I said we're going to talk about today. Okay. Um. All right, here we go. We got her. We got her. Okay. We're gonna listen to Jazz in her life. We gotta listen to that bullshit. Here we go. All right, y'all. I know y'all say, Dr. A, why the hell is you out of breath, girl? Because the fuck I am. I'm working these goddamn legs to the pull. I'm pulling these some of the guns along the way. Shit. Man, y'all don't understand. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me make this bigger. Two shakes of a lamb's tail. Hold on. So I have to say that I feel like sometimes it's necessary to kind of tell people where you are at what point in your life. And I feel like it's also necessary to tell you why um I can talk about these moms. I feel like that's necessary. You know, not perfect. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go Jasmine. Okay. So, alrighty, let's go. Kitty Academy. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, they're teaching them sign language. That's pretty cool. I like that. Oh shit! Here she go with this dope. I mean, this crack. I mean, this crack in a can. Shit, she drinking a crack load about this goddamn can. And don't get it twisted. Like, okay, Doctor A, yeah, Doctor A. You might catch Doctor A creating her own damn energy drinks. I do, y'all. I will make my own damn energy drinks. I tell you, I was back there swapping them herbs and turning them herbs up, and then sometimes I throw some coffee in the mix, or sometimes I drink some mushroom. I make my own mushroom coffee. I'm just telling y'all, and sometimes I've gone to the store and got me some and got me and got me like a little drink. Not alcohol. I mean, like a little drink. Like I done got some went and got some cranberry juice, y'all, and mixed that shit up and made that into a damn energy drink with the shit I had. I'm trying to tell y'all what didn't happen here. Okay. Today I went and got some coffee because I had to because I was gonna I bought some coffee because I bought some creamer from the Dollar Tree. And I'm like, I don't some like the dry creamer, never had that before. It's like the non-dairy dry creamer, the solid, you know what I'm talking about, the powder kind. And I'm like, I don't know how the fuck that's gonna taste. So I brought that coffee just in case it's gonna be fucked up. Just so I can mix it because I don't want to waste money. But anyway, let's let Jasmine talk. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't sweat as much. I think since I've gotten older, of course my hormones a little bit more intense, right? How you doing, Miss Jones? Of course my hormones have gotten more a little bit more intense because I'm an older, because I'm 52. So I probably sweat in my face. But it'd be really hot though. I'm telling you, it'd be really hot. When I come from outside, when I get out that car, by the time I get around the corner, y'all, around, because my business is not too far from my house, and I'm telling y'all that I take that little highway. That highway get me here so quick, and by the time I get out that car, by the time before I turn that corner, the heat is just I'm just now feeling the air, right, and then I feel that air, I'm like, woo, yes, and then I turn that corner, man. And then I get out that car, that he be like, and I just be hot. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. And I get into my business, I be sweating. If I start moving around, like my face will start sweating. My face do sweat. My face and my head sweats. Now on the armpits, not so much. Not so much. Okay. But my face do sweat. Okay. And I just wipe it off. It ain't nothing but sweat and black seed oil because that's what I put on my face. Okay. But it is what it is. But god damn, I'm just saying I work out too. And I work out, it take me about, I say about 2 hours. I work out about within 2 hours, y'all. And I'm telling you, I do not sweat down in my lower bottom. I just don't. I don't have all that sweat and stuff. I mean, I've been a vegetarian for quite some time. Now, when I was eating I told you the process that the vegan patties and all that stuff will make you sweat a little bit more. I think I don't think that my diet ever since I got took that out of my diet, I don't even use deodorant that much. I probably use deodorant once a week, y'all. I promise. On that seventh day, I probably need to put that deodorant on. I ain't gonna lie. Now I wash my butt, I wash my nose, but I'm talking about needing that deodorant. I don't have to use the deodorant like that since I really just kind of went off of them patties. And even now when I taste them, I'm like, ugh, it's not the, you know, mm-mm. But let's continue. You just can look at her and tell that she needs deodorant under her puss. You know what I mean? And she don't really. And I'm looking. I was in Hey Planet Mimi. Shout out to her. Shout out to Passion for allowing me to come up on her panel today too. And my husband get to talking crazy. Every time he know I'm live, y'all, he do that Leo thing. Y'all know y'all some Leos in here. And he do that Leo thing and get live and be playing with me. I'll be like, I'm live, right? Oh, I didn't know you was
From the bottom, I got
he,
this brought
Chris was
my mic. I wasn't thinking.
playing with you. I'm like, yeah, but you're not true believers. Girl, she waited. Look how long. It's been a 1 minute and 7 seconds. Do y'all see why I have to have my own conversation? Because this chick will get up here and won't talk about anything. You know, my life is way more interesting than hers. All of our lives. I don't know. It's like tattling down your titties like that, your breasts like that. It's just weird to me. It's just weird. God, I just. And another thing, you know what I don't like? One thing I don't like about weight loss, and I'm gonna. One thing I think my face is taking too long to go less fat. My face is still fat. Jasmine face is still fat. Jasmine face is bigger than her body. She got a bobblehead. Okay. It's just like I can't believe this. This is not Jasmine. You know this is not a workout channel, right? I don't know why you and Olivia think this is a real workout channel. This is not a workout channel. Okay? Okay? I'm just saying. Man, I need to show y'all them old pictures. My was so big last year. That was ridiculous. I was huge. Why y'all ain't tell me? Y'all should have been honest.
Yeah.
Y'all should have told me I was fat. My daddy told me I was fat. My dad's like, I'm so glad you lost him that way because you was looking fat. I said, well, that's just daddies don't give a damn. Anybody parents like that? Well, she wiggling and wobbling. What's the point of wearing a so-called sports bra if you're gonna still waggle around like that? I mean, your bra, you don't have no good sports bra because I'm telling you, my sports bra like pulled me. To be honest with you, y'all, my sports bras are better than the Victoria's Secret bras that I have. Like on the terms of, and these is just Walmart bras I got. I got Walmart and Victoria's Secret bras. And I'm telling y'all, them sports bras are so much better than them damn Victoria's Secret bras on the time. And I got some good Victoria's Secret bras. I got the expensive, the real expensive ones. And I'm telling you, these little cheap Walmart bras do me so much better. They pull me in so much because I'm a lot top heavy. I'm top heavy too. Well, I'm top and bottom heavy. I'm both. You know. And I'm telling you, at Jasmine need to go to Walmart or Victoria's Secret, even J.C. Penney's, and buy her a good old bra. Buy her like 5 bras. She can wear 7 bras for 7 days of the week. And then you can start, buying like, attractive bras and pretty. That's what I did. What I did was I bought me 7 different bras for every day of the week. And then I bought me some sexy bras too. I have a whole bunch of them, but I'm just saying like ones that you can kind of, work out in, or you could have your casual date in. Or I even got them strapless bras too. Even those I bought at Walmart, and I'm telling you, they pulled me in good. I had that skirt on, I had that dress on, y'all. But that bra looked really good on me. But I can't wear it with every outfit though. Only the strapless outfits. Come on, Jasmine. Why are you jiggling all the place? You don't even have no bra on, I don't think. This all the way down to your ankles. This don't make no sense. This part is for her family activities, I guess, girl. I don't know. It's just boring. It's just watching this heifer work out. Like, you know, I mean, I make a show out of this because I know how to talk. I know how to talk. Well, goddamn, suppose I didn't know how to talk and I was doing commentary on this bullshit. This bitch is walking around no bra in a sweater. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know about that. First of all, I guess her point is to sweat the weight off or whatever, but still, I'm not getting ready to pass out with a suit on with a whole damn, listen, not in my arms especially. This is I'm not going to wear. Now you can wear some, stretching leggings or something like that, but what I'm not gonna do is wear a big old thick sweater talking about I'm getting ready to work out in the damn summertime. She about ready to pass the fuck out. This is why this bitch is sweating so much. She's not sweating because she's actually working out tough. What she's sweating from is this bitch is working out in a big ass sweater. This don't make no goddamn sense. Who the fuck works? Well, maybe some people do. I don't know. But if you're already hot natured, right? If you sweat easily, then don't put no sweater on. You're going to pass out. I've seen people do that shit. Have you ever been to a gym and seen somebody work out and
No.
they had on a damn sweater and I see people pass out in sweaters and shit. I'm trying to tell you. They had on winter clothes in the summertime talking about they working out. Bitch, you crazy. And this bitch waited 3 fucking minutes, 3 minutes and 34 seconds to talk to a motherfucker. This shit.
That type of screen.
Can y'all share this out, please? I'm live. This helpful. Ooh, look at that head. My girl, she like Herman the Monster. Lurch. You right. You rang, looking at me. You rang. You rang. My name is Jasmine. You rang. You rang. She go, girl. Y'all just get me to talking. I be talking about her and shit. Y'all be, y'all be making me be mean. I'm not this mean in real life. Y'all made me so mean. What God, Jasmine doing? What the hell, girl? She put that perm in her. It was
Basically,
no purpose of her putting the perm in her. Her looks the same exact way. It's just a tad bit straighter, not much, not by much, not by much. Cause the bitch edges is gone. So notice after she got that perm in her hair, she stopped wearing the wigs. Peep that. I mean, she don't wear the wigs as much because she want her hair. I mean, I get, who am I to tell somebody not to want their hair straight? You know what I mean? Who am I to tell somebody this because I'm natural? Don't mean everybody got to be natural. And I remember y'all telling me that y'all was like, Doctor A, I'm not natural, and I got a relaxer, and I was and y'all was telling me about your hairstyles and how pretty it was, and I was like, okay. So who am I to tell somebody not to want to straighten their hair if that's what they want to do? You know what I'm saying? If a bitch wanted to straighten their hair, who am I to tell them not to? You know, that's kind of judgy, right, y'all? Doctor, you don't have to make fun of Jasmine like that. What I say? Look at her breasts now. Come on. Her hairline is on Mars. I'm just saying, who am I to tell a bitch
Diddy.
to not relax her hair, to not straighten? She want the bitch want her hair straightened. Who am I to tell her not to? Girl, go ahead and straighten your hair if that's what you want to do. If that's going to help you to make you feel better about yourself, then go right ahead and straighten that shit. Okay? I'm gonna stop that judgment, but you could at least put a bra on though. Come on now. Now this ain't no bras or us, okay? This is not no tatas hanging or us, okay? Bitch, but okay. I remember watching. I don't know if y'all. I keep telling y'all about carbonation. Google that, y'all. Google carbonation, and those were some nice looking women until they got down there with his ass. Got down there with Nature Boy. Them bitches' titties was hanging all the way down to their ankles, and they was like little bitty skinny girls. I was like, why the fuck your titties look like that? Girl, you better train your titties. You better, you can train your titties. I don't want no hanging ass titties. I'm already 52. I don't want to be walking around with no hanging ass titties all the way down to your neck. I mean, all the way down to your stomach. Who the fuck want to look like that? Hell no. This bitch is breathing too. I know she working.
I'm good.
I know she working.
But
Okay, this is probably one of the times, Jasmine, where you should have probably not went live where you working out. I don't think you do really good at working out and talking because you do have to talk in between time. Like that's what I do when I work out. I mean, I'm on a bike, so it's just a tad bit easily. I'm just gonna sound out of breath. But when I had to get on that floor, oh Lord, I'll be like, I'll pause in between. I'll do my sets. I'll do my 15 sets. I'll let Jasmine talk. And then while Jasmine's talking, y'all, I'm doing my little sets of 15. Right. My and then I'll pause between each set of 15 and let the bitch talk. I mean, that's all the bitch gotta do. But the bitch don't even do that. She don't even talk in between. I mean, the bitch is walking. She can have a conversation. I mean, it's just like walking. You know, when you go to a track with people, you can walk around the track. Don't you have a conversation when you walking around the track with other people, or when y'all running? Y'all do have a jogging, lightly jogging. Y'all have conversations. I don't know why she go live not to talk to people. That is the weirdest shit. So you
those are
came here to watch your fat ass work out? I mean, I'm not trying to be fun, Jasmine. I know I shouldn't call you fat ass because you're really not a fat ass. You got a flat ass. I mean, you are getting more views than me. I get it. But bitch, you've been on her way longer than I have. You still have not gotten the 7,000. Jasmine, you at the same amount. You're at 66.2K. Bitch, that's all you gotten up to. And you are a big YouTuber. You have a way larger platform than a couple of reactors. Not well more than me, right? And probably not more than other reactors. I think some other reactors is crushing you actually, but you know what I'm saying. And you have not even made your goal yet. Olivia is at 100K. The fuck is wrong? You're not doing something right. Olivia is ruining her life and coming up here talking this shit instead of working on herself. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about it right now. But I'm just saying, this is some bullshit. But how the fuck she got more people than you got? And you came up here and spazzed out and threatened motherfuckers and cussed out people. See, what you should have done was came up here and fronted Chris out, and maybe your motherfucking ass would have some people in here. But you already sold your soul. You talked about that man. You sold your soul. You talked about them children. You talk about them all the time. You exploit them. You exploited your mama, your grandmama. You exploited your brother, your father, your stepmom. You've exploited everybody that has been around you, bitch. And now all of a sudden you can't exploit your ex baby daddy. You exploit Philip. The fuck and Hannah, dumbass. Right. I wonder somebody been hollering at Jasmine in the chats, right? Why get up here, get up there, right, and do that exactly, girl? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand. You stupid about the hairline Morris comment, but I tried to fake that off. That was pretty funny though. That was pretty damn funny though. But whatever. Let's continue. Oh, girl,
One.
I know it's about an hour. Oh Lord, I know it's about an oh nay.
We got up to
No, it's
this
about
morning.
a damn hour.
Okay, this morning. Hold on.
Let me look. Yeah, I'm pumping these little legs, man. This is some bullshit. These little legs is going. Oh shoot, I'm way past. I'm at
I'm looking for
83
some
minutes. Why the fuck
consultation.
you ain't tell me I was 83 minutes in? This is too damn much. I'm overdoing it. Hold on. All right, let me get on this floor. I did 15 miles. Hold on. Shit. And I was slow walking. I was slowing. I didn't do it. I didn't go for it hard. Uh, okay, Jasmine. I gotta get on the floor. Here you go. You got to talk. Do I need to speed you up a little bit? I feel like I need to speed you up a little bit. What y'all think? I need to speed her up a little bit because she sure ain't gonna say she never says anything useful. I just watch her because y'all want to watch. And don't act like you don't, because you do. Okay? All right. Ugh, come on, Jasmine. Ooh,
You know, pretty shit.
ooh, baby.
Okay.
Does she have a big forehead, or is it just her hairline going back further and further? I'm not being funny, or is it both?
Doesn't do certain things. Hold on. Now it feels kind of. Work out. The sweater.
Jasmine, I don't even understand what you're saying. You said this is all the things and sweater. Well, the bottom line is, why don't you get a better sweater? You know what I'm saying? If you go ahead and I don't understand the motive for I don't understand your motive for even working out when you know damn well that your ass you're gonna pass out with that sweater. I'm not even being funny. I'm like, you're not my you are not you know, you're not my daughter or anything like that. So but I'm just saying that it kind of seems I don't know. I know people do work out in sweater, but it is summertime though, y'all. It's summertime. And I know gyms do sometimes be hot or whatever. And we did tell her to cover up. So I guess maybe that's her effort of covering up. I don't know. Maybe oh shit, y'all, it's Thursday. What the hell, man? Oh no, it's not. It's. I'm still on Wednesday. My bad. I'm still on Wednesday. I gotta do Wednesday workout. Okay, my bad. I'm all like, man, it's Thursday. No, it's just now Thursday. I gotta do Wednesday workout because I'm doing Wednesday workout. Y'all know I'm a day and a quarter short. Y'all know what it is. Um. Okay, 3 squats, 3 sets of squats. Okay. Okay, Jasmine, come on. Uh. Oh God, I gotta do 50 crunch. That ain't hardly nothing.
That's fine
This
too.
is light.
In a way, training. No, no, I don't have it on enough to do anything.
Girl, I didn't even understand what you said. You know you're working out and you're at a gym and you're not all the way clear, Jasmine. We don't understand anything that you're really saying. I mean, I'm serious. We do not understand anything that you're saying, and it's kind of weird, right? It's kind of weird. Oh Lord, here we go. Come on, Jasmine. I got to speed you up because you wasting our time here. We got valuable time, right, Crystals?
That's because I was up late from Ginny and Georgia.
Okay, now she's halfway talking better. It's not much.
I just got 2 hours. It's so weird. I can hear my footsteps. Some music is playing.
Yeah, because you got them elf shoes on.
If you got money problems, why are you at the gym instead of working?
That's true. That is really true, Jasmine. That's a responsible question. That's a relevant question. Responsible one, relevant, and a true question, a great question actually. So why, if you have money issues, why are you at the gym? Good question. And don't act like you didn't pay for this, okay? And I'm lifting my fingers up. Whoo, y'all. Jasmine needs to embrace her true calling and being a stud. Y'all stupid. You a stupid. No, she do come off like a stud though. I would respect her better though. I mean, it would explain a lot. It would help. How you doing? Oh, y'all been talking. Jasmine has said she can't feed her kids or school clothes. Jasmine can't feed her. Jasmine upset because she can't feed her kids or school clothes. We know every year the Davis family provides clothes, exactly, which she never washes. Exactly, she doesn't. I do like school clothes and uniforms that make it easier. It does make it easier, and that's what she should do, though. You know the answer to that question, right? Head is big and weirdly shaped. Plus the hairline is a missing poster. Oh shit! My daughter college uh, education uses her degree. Um, uh uses her degree in her career, too busy for lazy stuff. Exactly, my daughter's in her field too, and my middle son is in his field. My oldest boy, he's not in his field. He works though. He still works now, but he's just not in his field. So I don't think he's at an age. He's at Jasmine and them age. I don't think he actually knows exactly what he really wants to do. I think he's just kind of like, he probably, knowing him, and he does have a degree, but he's not working in his field. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I talk to him. Shoot, I have a candid conversation with him, but he is working now. He works a lot, but he's not really in his field just yet. But Jazz should have a helmet. Should a girl Jackson should have had that helmet legend needed right when he was a baby. Yeah, she should have. Girl, that would have helped tremendously. But that does make their hairline go back in a lot of cases because it will leave scars. But I mean, it's better than nothing. The helmet was in 3 stages legendary. He only did one step and quit. Exactly. Because Jasmine, yeah, he's supposed to, because Jasmine was saying that he graduated to the next helm and they never did get it for him. I can see why men play her. Ooh, she ain't never been attractive, and obviously low self-esteem. Girl, you ain't lying about that. Let's go. All right, let me. Oh, girl, I was giving. Let me put Jasmine back up here and let her talk.
Honestly, the gym clears my head. Not gonna lie, but I ain't gonna lie.
7, 8, 9,
That's still working.
11,
Keeps me from.
13,
I got real bad anxiety.
15,
It keeps that
16.
anxiety level down. You know,
That's 26. I
keeps
did.
me from over.
Okay. Well, first of all, Jasmine. Well, keeping your anxiety level down will be you looking for a damn job. Number one. Okay. If you look for a job, and they have plenty of jobs hiring now, especially in your state, because they did. I don't want to say that. I shouldn't say that. That's not nothing to play with. I don't want to say that. But because of everything that's occurring right now, they do have jobs opening. If you just reach out and touch a job, you will find a job. But this is just some sad, pathetic excuse. So we're tired of hearing you begging for getting a possible job. You could be clearing your head at your damn house and working out, because you do have equipment at home. And also, you really don't need equipment to lose weight. Now, so most of my exercises, because I stopped using that ab machine, I'm probably gonna end up selling it because that hurt my neck. One of my ab machines, but I'm only using one, two, three. I'm only using three of my exercise machines, and I have more than that. But I'm only using three of those, and I don't necessarily have to. I just incorporated them into my workout. But you can actually lose weight despite that at your house. You have a walk. I don't even have a treadmill. Okay. I use a bike. I don't even have a treadmill. But if I really want to walk, I can just walk around my living room in a circle. My living room was wide enough for me to just walk around in a circle through the kitchen, through the living room, through the front room. You know what I mean? And through my business, I walk around because I'm looking for some shit. So that's my workout. Then when I get up in the morning, I walk up them steps. I got 2 flights of steps. So I'm just saying that, you could be working out at your home. You don't have to go to gym and spend more money that you obviously don't have to be talking about you need more money. See, you have to budget yourself. See, you don't know how to deal with money. Don't get it twisted. I know that certain things I don't necessarily have to have, right? I don't necessarily need Netflix. I forgot how much am I paying for Netflix? I think I'm paying like $25.99 or something, $24 or something. I don't remember. And then I'm paying, what else am I paying for? I'm just paying for Netflix. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm paying for, Netflix, and everything else is incorporated with my packages. What I have for my internet, you know what I mean. For when you have internet, they'll include like a movie channel, like certain movie channels, and certain things. Like I have HBO and Max. Like you, that is the shiggity. And then you got YouTube, and Tubi's free, right? And then if you have a smart TV, you get all of that stuff. And I do have a Fire Stick. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't really need that. You don't really need to have certain things. You have to cut out your diet. I mean, your life. And then you buy all those energy drinks. That also is a waste of money because you can create your own energy. Just get your fat ass up and do something. If you're on anxiety meds, they help with energy, don't they? Don't most anxiety meds give you energy? Some of them do and some of them don't. Some of them are like downers. Um, some of them make you not feel things. Again, depends on which one you have. One, maybe you talk to your doctor. And I'm not an advocate for um for Western medicine. However, um, if you're under a care of the doctor, then all you have to do is talk to your doctor and say, "Hey, I'm having difficulty with my energy," and they could give you something or tell you, "Well, hey, do this." But you don't include a lot of green veggies because a lot of green veggies will give you energy, but you don't even take any of them.
Overthinking.
13, 15, 16,
I did wake up later
18.
than I anticipated, but that's because I was up late with Jenny in Georgia.
Woo!
We get on live as one, so still working. I'm still
Jasmine,
here. Oh shit.
you're not working though. I mean, I'm just saying. No, I mean, Jasmine, YouTube is not really giving you all of the money that you need because number one, look at the views on look at the views on this video alone. This was done 14 hours ago, and you have 2,000 and you have 2,600 views on here, right? And people are not consistently watching this. Even I'm not. I had to skip through some things, right, Jasmine? People are not constantly watching you work out because you number one, you're not even talking to people. And I don't like Olivia, right? But at least this whore, at least she'll get on here and talk to you. At least she'll have a conversation with you. I mean, it ain't about nothing but Gerard. But the point is she's still talking. You're not talking. Chrissy, the whole video that we watched last night, Chrissy just talked to her children. Like, why the fuck is you even live, right? Why the fuck is you even live? You didn't do nothing but talk to your children the whole time, and then she blotting the pictures out. I don't want to see her children, though. To be honest with you, I think they show their children too much as is, right? But she talked the whole time, and then she took like 1,000 hours to get to the point. And I, unfortunately, when I'm watching these videos, yeah, it's really difficult to watch these videos and they're not really talking about anything. So I have to damn near to keep y'all engaged. I just start talking about other stuff. That's what the fuck happens when these bitches get to talking about this bullshit that they talk about. Jasmine is not a conversationalist at all. I can talk a lot. I know how to talk. This bitch, she get up here and she ain't talking about nothing. And they're asking her questions. This bitch is barely asking the questions. I know they was beaming her on her a lot more than what she is. Oh, 31.
You realize it.
Woo, woo. I gotta do 50, y'all. I did 46. Now I just gotta do four more. I know you saying, why you stop at four more? Cause shit, I was good.
I was jogging and shit. And walking. I would jog. Um, took me a while to get back into a job. At first, I was struggling with that.
Jasmine, first of all, nobody can even understand your little popcorn face. Let's see what y'all talking about in these comments. Right. I think Jasmine's a hermaphrodite. Girl, you crazy. Why you talk about me talking about Jasmine? Girl, you be roasting her. Jasmine is lazy, no money, complaint, right? But can't figure out how to work right like most do. She don't even need to clear her head. Already don't have a brain. Dr. A demo will uh give you a treadmill. Who is a demo? Girl, who is demo? Um Food stamps, shopping, sugar, right? Salt sacks soon. Okay, exactly. Very true. Very true. How do I get a treadmill from demo? They gonna give me one. How do I do that? Are you serious? Um, I'll let I'll let reactors watch because I'm bored with these mommies. I know, girl, we all are. How you doing, Pamela? Um, you would think that she but the way that she works outright so much that she'll get supportive sports bra. Exactly. Right, she don't even know of a good bra. Exactly. She doesn't. That's the point I was trying to make, Pamela. That's what I was saying early on. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Oh my god, yeah, I gotta do these damn. Oh god, I hate this. I hate planks. Oh god, I hate them. Oh my god, I gotta do 1 minute plank. So I gotta let her talk for about a minute, y'all. I gotta let her talk, okay? Cause I gotta do planks. I really need to go to the bathroom. I really do, cause I feel like my bladder is heavy because I drank water before I started working out. Well, I had to drink this. I had to drink my sea moss, the little baggie. Remember, I put it in a little bag. I had to drink it. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's let Jasmine talk for a little while. I need to go to the restroom. Um, I'm gonna drop the link if y'all want to come up. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. Let's throw that link up in there. I don't understand what is her malfunction. Conjunction junction. What's your malfunction? What's your conjunction? Girl, she just refused to just like get it together. God, I hope nobody in my family turns out to be like her. None of my children or my grandchildren. My children straight, they work. But I would not want to hear this for the rest of my life. Or somebody complaining all the damn time. It's like get up and go. I didn't let my children make excuses when they felt sorry for themselves. I've had a child or two at times to feel sorry for themselves and shit. I didn't let that. I didn't let that ride. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay. Well, let's continue.
I was jogging at a
It ain't my fault, y'all. I can only do what I do, right?
4.5. To me, it's a walk. It's not me building my stamina, so I don't get tired. I'm playing basketball. Yeah. That's it. I've been in Texas all my life. Yep. Oh shit.
All right, y'all, I'm back. Oh, okay. All
You
right,
know, this
yes.
dude hasn't.
You obviously, I
This
tried to
ain't
grab
having
my
my
phone
thought.
as I went into the potty to the
I forgot
disposable so I can make sure
what I
I
was
could
doing.
see what you were saying, which is nothing. Well, actually, I dropped my phone on the way in there. Let me quit lying. I dropped it. I didn't even, and I left it. I had to go. Sure. Okay. Jasmine. I just, it's just a failure. It just screams failure. And there's nothing wrong with starting over. I'm not listen, y'all. Let's have this conversation real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me
Whew.
charge this. I gotta charge my computer. Okay, nobody want to see. This is the worst exercise for you to set your fat ass up here and do. I'm sorry. I'm sick of this. Listen, the worst thing. I don't think you start. I don't think a person starting over or cr- going through a new journey in their life is a bad thing. I don't mind a person starting over. I like a good come up, even if you have gone through a situation or you've lost a job and you got to rebuild yourself because you done went broke. It is totally understandable. Like I listen, I'm not gonna put people down if they done lost a job or they done went through something. It's not that. But Jasmine haven't even like attempted to. I'm putting this on my bike. I'm putting this laptop on my bike, y'all. So if y'all heard that noise, because I was putting a laptop because I gotta let it charge up. But I don't mind a story where someone has to start over to rebuild themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's not a bad thing though. That's not a bad thing. That's not why I'm taking it off my bike now. Okay, shoot, because it's gonna. I forgot I gotta reach it. Okay, I don't mind Jasmine starting over. Her starting over is not offensive to me. Okay, so let's understand that. That's not offensive. I think that's a good thing for her to have to start over. because what she's doing is rebuilding herself up. I don't mind her doing YouTube like this. If that's what she want to do, if she want to do YouTube, she have to do YouTube. Okay, cool. But at least get a job, because this will be another income for her that she can make some kind of money. Some because somebody's watching her, right? Obviously, somebody is watching her stupid self, right? I don't have to watch her for real, right? But I'm just making a point that somebody is watching her. So wouldn't it make sense for her to also um get a job? If YouTube is not able to pay all of your bills, why wouldn't you get a job? We keep saying the same thing. It just doesn't make no sense. You broke, you screaming you broke. We don't want to hear that no more. It's like, shut up. Jasmine, somebody at Jasmine. We are tired of hearing about how broke you are and you're not trying to change your circumstances. Here she go with these stupid socks and these stupid shoes. Oh my God. Right, she's nasty and depressing. Right, Jazzy and Nakia and Olivia can tell you where to get some booty pads, girl. I don't know where. I don't need no booty pads though, Pamela. I got a big booty. I'm not trying to be funny, girl, but I got. I'm trying to lose some weight, and I am. I'm not trying. I'm losing weight. But I got a big butt. I was born with a big butt. That's not the issue. I don't need no booty pads. Now, man. Now, I just need to get down. I'm down to a 13 tightly. Okay. I feel like I'm rebuilding myself. I feel like I was in a cocoon and now I'm a butterfly. Girl, you are. The last chapter was hard and ugly. My new chapter will be fresh and different. That's right, Passion. You tell them. I'm going to drop this link. You can come up here and talk if you want. You sure can, Passion. Okay, let me pull myself up now. I gotta pull myself up. I gotta do a minute. Y'all, okay, y'all time me. I gotta do a minute on I gotta do a minute plank. Okay, hold on. Okay, y'all. Oh God. Oh please. Okay, y'all talk. Wait, a minute, I gotta do. Wait a minute. I gotta. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. Wait, Jazz. Here, let's let her talk. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, y'all. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Mm,
I was having about my tripod.
girl, you should have set your ass there and just be quiet. Okay, fashion. Okay.
Doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm doing a plank. Oh.
So, girl, your hard work is showing. You was getting it, honey, figured together. You had your jeans on. You had your energy up. Y'all, you missed it. If y'all haven't seen my video I did on Diddy, me and Dr. A, we partied up on there. And I'm surprised they letting it be monetized.
Oh, for
For,
real? That's
for
good.
right now, yes, on the green. It's being
Good job.
monetized. So y'all go check it out.
Good
We were
job.
playing music and everything. We played Biggie, y'all. We played Pop. We played Little Kim.
I know that's right.
We
You
had
want
a
to
good
remember what the
time.
B? Go for a hell of the house, I
But
believe.
then we had, hey, dressing all
Yes.
black like the omen. Hey,
Oh my God. Is it been a
had a
minute?
ball.
I think it's been a minute, right?
Yeah,
Has it?
it might have been a minute. I don't know. Time go by fast. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go to 10. Okay, there we go. All right. Woo! It's been a minute for sure.
Oh, y'all, them daggone grandkids, they done bought me out.
No,
The
I could
little
imagine.
5-year-old. Ooh, child.
Oh, worrisome.
It's
Is it a girl or boy?
child, it's a boy. They'll be back in the morning. The
Girl,
mama was like, why don't I just leave them? No, when you get off work at 8 o'clock, come get your kids. Come get the kids.
not you, Dr. A. That's for Jasmine.
Let me tell you
Oh,
about
okay.
goals. Cause these
Oh,
girls, they're absolutely boring for
okay.
some. They're
Okay.
boring to me for some
This is
reason. Like I'm
different.
just not feeling anything like for any of them. Like I don't feel. Well, actually, I feel depressed watching her because why is she acting like so heavy? It's so hard and so heavy. And she's spending too much time alone. Can you
Ex-
imagine being alone with your thoughts all
Yeah,
day, every day, just alone with you
exactly.
and stank? I want yips. I want chips. My. Eh. Can you imagine being alone with that? In your thoughts. See your
Nerves.
thoughts by yourself, being so deep in your thoughts by yourself, you're being to talk yourself out of a good thing, out of good things, period. Because
Exactly.
how are you talking to yourself, Jasmine? What are you saying
You
to
know,
yourself, Jasmine? You need to be around people. When we watched that little girl over there on Mimi's channel, what I liked was she had her cousin with her.
yep.
Jasmine is with absolutely nobody. When we do see her with somebody, it's Hannah. Hannah is not your freaking friend. She is not. You need to get you a friend. You need to get around some people. I don't mean running a ball,
But
okay?
nobody would trust her. And then I don't even think that
But
girl. What happened to that? What happened to the Kaisha or
I,
Kiara? What happened to
she was
Kiara?
never her friend, girl.
Oh, she
The
wasn't.
and these energy drinks are not good at all. For the last
They,
couple of days,
they
I've
give you
been drinking
anxiety.
water and lemon and
I'm telling you,
cucumber
help.
water and
It makes you feel
lemon
so
water.
good.
I
It
do. I feel a
revives
little
you.
bit
I
better.
told
Like,
you to get you some cucumbers and some damn
yeah,
lemon.
I
I'm
usually
telling
do
you.
that, and then I mix it with some pineapple too. It's really
Yeah.
good gut health.
Yeah, it is.
Really,
It
my
is. I
gut is
wasn't taking
feeling
it for that.
good.
I was just
Yeah.
drinking it for the refreshing energy aspect of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Cause
Yeah,
I
I
got
feel like she spends too much time alone, and so she's in her own thoughts, and she's not growing, and she's just absolutely stuck. And then she needs help. Just somebody please explain the wetness
cause she
in her
nasty
lady
bitch. She
parts.
pissing on herself or it's disgusting.
Well, I mean, I looked it up, and I think it is a thyroid problem, and that would explain why her hormones are more masculine because of the thyroid. But in your mind, what makes you think that's okay to show the world? That
Right.
it's okay to put a camera on the floor and stand over it. I'm traumatized. I can't unsee it. Y'all help me. Help me. It's
My voice is hurt. I'm so
it's
laughing.
it's nasty. And she pats it and she looks at it and she likes that it's wet and she puts it in my face. Dr. A on my 55-inch TV. And even with my glaucomas, I can see the wetness of her hot pocket.
I can't. I can't. I try to push with some rough. I try to push with some rough with the sit up with the crutches. I mean, what am I doing? Sit ups. What the hell is this? Sit up? No, no, man, I'm doing it wrong. I
Instead of
really like
that other girl, what's her name? Kiana, the other girl we just watched at Mimi house over there.
Mhm.
Instead
Right.
of her buying the pins and the pads, this girl,
Why the fuck she got the pins? Oh yeah. And what the
did you
fuck?
see
I
that?
was
Child, that's
no.
what Jasmine need because that is not okay. That how you letting your hot pocket sit in the moisture,
But you
in
know what?
the
I
moisture.
got to get better at that. That's
Her
disgusting.
hot pocket is sitting in the moisture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she nasty.
Child, it making me. I need to take my probiotic. Cause I just can't. My hot pocket can't. No, no,
Yeah,
no. I
ain't
need.
nothing no
Let me get my
probiotic.
probiotic.
I'm
I
trying
take a
to.
probiotic every day. Every day. I take a probiotic. At least try something, Jasmine. It's nasty.
It
I'm
is.
a I
And
hate
she
to
said, "Be
say it.
quiet if you never sweat. If you never sweat before." I mean, people was like really flagging. They was like, "Well, somebody gonna say something is wrong." Jasmine said that. I think no, Jasmine said that.
Yes.
Jasmine said something wrong with you if you don't get wet or something. I'm like, bitch, I don't get
Yes.
like that unless I'm having intercourse, unless I'm horny. You know what I mean?
Skeet,
Unless
skeet, mother trucker. Oh, skeet, skeet,
ski ski to the window, to the wall.
Hey, oh, skeet,
It's
skeet,
what
mother.
that damn fall. All these females crawl. All these ski ski
But
ski
that
ski.
ain't it, baby. That is
Baby,
not the skeeting and the
for
squirting
no
and the,
reason.
that
You
ain't
working
it.
out. Why are you skeeting?
That ain't it. I mean, don't do something, child. It's so nasty. I'm an effing lady, okay? I cannot. I cannot. I do not understand it.
I don't either.
And to and to keep doing it. Yeah, you're getting our attention with it. You might be getting views with it, but what is it really costing you?
It's making a man go, "What's wrong with this bitch?
And
Is something
it's
wrong with her?"
costing your dignity and your pride. And what
Yeah,
about your future? It
she don't.
was even the stuff with the kids and all of that. That was a while ago, and she kept going after that, but she stuck. And I just don't think life was designed. Yes, be careful who's around you, and you don't have to completely depend on people. But isolating yourself, it's the enemy wants you to be isolated. You will be destroyed when you get isolated. You'll be stuck in your own mind, and only God knows sometimes what we tell ourselves. We'll be then made up something that don't make no sense. Cause right
Exactly.
now,
Like she
I'm
doing.
not
Like
really
she doing.
I'm not really doing a lot right now. This is where I'm at with certain things in my life. I'm questioning about being the black sheep of the family. I want to have conversations about that. I want to know, like, are any of you guys the black sheep in your family?
I feel like I am, but my family told me I wasn't.
So
They said
I'm
because
wondering, like, is that something that we tell ourselves?
yes, because it was just different. That doesn't make you the black sheep. That just makes you different. That's all. I feel like I was different. For me, I felt like I was different because of the whole adoption aspect of it, right? And
Mm,
so as I thought about it, I'm like not the only one that's like in a blended situation. I mean, I guess if you want to call it's not really is it a considered blended situation? I don't know. I've never thought about that. I'm trying to anyway, I just felt odd because I was adopted because I've known my whole life I was adopted, right? Um, because my parents, because I didn't look like them, and I asked them, and they told me the truth. They didn't lie, which is great, right? And it explains to me what it was, and still say, "Hey, you're special. You're good. We chose you. And if anybody says something to you, you tell them they mama didn't choose them. They didn't have a choice. So that's you know what I'm saying. So for me, that's kind of how I felt. It felt awkward. And then even me, my family, I still feel like that. I still feel weird. Even in meeting my family that that my biological family, I still don't I still feel like a black sheep because all them they all Christians, they all like, but they still know they know where I'm at, and they'll ask me questions or whatever, and I'll tell them this is what it is, and they just like, okay, we still love you, no big deal. And they'll ask me a lot of questions. My biological mom asked me questions about it. She's like, well, and then she try to, you know what I mean? So it's things like that. So it's still to me, I still feel different. I still feel, but see, even on down to certain aspects of thing, I just feel like that. I felt like the long lost sister. When I met my brother, I met one of my brothers. I feel like the long lost sister. And I'm the oldest. So how does the oldest, usually that's like a younger child. I'm not even the youngest child. I'm like the oldest. I'm the first, right? And it's still an awkward situation. It's still awkward in meeting. Like I got other family I got to meet now. I have a whole saga of people to meet. Like I gotta literally go to Chicago. Like one of my aunts, my aunt cousin. I know what you're saying, Doctor. A, your aunt cousin.
hmm
That's my aunt cousin, girl, my biological father's sister and cousin. I'm supposed to be. So I think she might be coming down this weekend. I'm not sure. She's gonna try, right? So I'll be meeting her, and it's still awkward. It's weird for me. It's still weird. I still have not adjusted to it. It's still awkward because like when I'm around my biological mom, I just kind of stare at her because I've never real only person I've like me is my son, my middle child. Everybody else look like, their daddy. Um, so I just kind of stare at her because I'm like, wow, I look just like her. So it's still awkward. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it may be just something in your head because I think just by we're just different. I just think that maybe because of certain experiences that you have had is different than a lot of your family has lived, right? Because you know what you all the things you had to go through without me going back through that, but you have gone through a lot of things. So you've gone through things
Oh
that,
wait, I can't hear you. Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
yeah,
Okay, because I couldn't hear you.
okay, I don't know.
So I didn't hear anything past me and your family in Chicago.
Okay, yes, well, meeting my family in Chicago, I still feel awkward about everything. I still feel like the so-called black sheep, so to speak. And what I was saying is, on the terms of with you, I feel like that you have had different experience that most people in your family have. So that's what makes you feel like the black sheep. And you have gone through certain things. You have gone through tragedies and losses, like huge losses, right? And so a lot of your family members have not experienced that. Like even friends, you've lost a friend, you lost a mate, you know what I mean? You've lost a child, you know what I'm saying? So you have gone through certain things that nobody else have. And if they have gone through certain things that you have, but it's still it's an awkward feeling. You get what I'm saying? And then just your life in general, then being an army brat and having to move from here to there to there to there, so you just have a lot of different experiences than a lot of people in your family. So it could definitely make you feel awkward. And it just kind of, and then you get to telling yourself, well, I'm a black sheep. I'm different. I don't, you know what I mean? So just tell ourselves that, but
I
that's not
don't
true.
know. I say it a lot.
Well, stop.
That I well, that's where I'm at right now. That I'm like, well, am I the black sheep of the family? Do you know when you're the black sheep of the family? But the thing about the adoption thing, I wish I could tell my sister friend's story. I've been so excited about what it she had highs and lows with meeting the biological family members because her adopted mother, she didn't want to hurt her, but she wanted it, it's a curiosity, but she didn't want to hurt her adopted mother. Now growing up, I met her, maybe we were, I don't know, maybe 8 years old when we met. Maybe 8 years old. I've known her since we were 8 years old. And so I didn't know at first that that wasn't her biological mom. I don't even think I knew until we were grown that those were not her biological parents. And I one day I want her, you guys, to talk so she could tell her story when
Well,
she's ready. But so many good things are happening now with at first the siblings didn't want to meet. Now she's meeting some of the siblings. The bio mom is a bitch. I can't stand her. I wanted to F her up myself, okay, for what she's done to my friend. Um, and and in this span of I think in the last 3 years of going with her to meet the family for the first time, like that was special to me. Being able to go do that. Um, like that forever stay with me because I have the same parents, the same family. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just
mhm.
known. With my life, I didn't have to go search for anybody. I have friends that had to go search for brothers and sisters, and I never had to do that. So it's something I think you take advantage. You don't appreciate it because nobody was lost or missing over here. I go to the corner and I see five cousins before I even get to the corner store. So I didn't understand that. And going on that journey with her, I do understand. And so recently, her adopted mother passed away. The bio mom acted a fool, but everybody else has been open
That's because
and
guilt.
huh?
That's because guilt. and just being a crummy person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's terrible what she did. I mean, my friend is happy that she did that, but it's the after effects of right now. You know how she's going about it. It's really disgusting. And the sad part is, my friend looks just like the bio mom,
Yeah, that's
just like her. And the bio's mom's children aren't receptive. But the dad, the bio dad, his family is open arms, so happy. Didn't know anything about her. Didn't know
you got
she existed.
yeah, you gotta take it. You gotta take it for what it is. My biological family. Oh shoot, it's really deep. Well, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it because I'm not. Listen, it is not my. It listen. I'm gonna share it. Bump it. So my biological father thought that some people was his biological father. It ended up not being his biological father.
Mm.
My DNA, nobody, they told him, it was a suspected thing. It was, they suspected it, but didn't have necessarily proof. My DNA, actually, when I did my DNA here recently,
Broke the code.
it broke the code, because it came back to this one girl. She from the same town as my biological father's mother, and her ex-husband, which I thought was my grandfather. But it wound up being a neighbor.
Oh God.
And then, I ain't done. And then my grandmother, she basically, her sister kicked it with him too. So that's how my auntie is my cousin and my aunt.
Mm.
Right. So I don't know what happened with that. I'm not sure. I was not back then. I mean, I know, but I suspect, because my energy, I'm intuitive. So I know my grandfather was a Rolling Stone. My grandfather had 26, my biological grandfather. He has 26 to 32
Mm.
children. So I mean, that's just how he got down. Like, he was an herbalist. That's the one that's the herbalist. Remember, I kept on saying he's an herbalist. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
I spoke behind this, and I started telling y'all about all these people in the family. So they have a history of that. Like, everybody on that, like they have like multiple, just they have multiple. They done been married a few times. Like, so, like, my even with my self-appointed chief, my self-appointed one of my grandfathers, Chief Joseph, he's not written on paper as a chief. He has self-appointed himself a chief. Okay. So, the Cherokee, you know what I'm saying? He self-appointed himself a chief. And then, like, Pocahontas is down somewhere in his line. I forgot. I think Pocahontas is one of my grandmothers. So it's just crazy. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
thank you, Pamela. So you got a pretty good sized Bath and Body Works collection, huh?
Good.
I'm downsizing, and I'm gonna be
Getting rid of selling
yeah,
some.
some more, because I feel like I've never felt like it's just too much, and now I just feel like it's too much. I just, like I said, I feel like I was just going through like a metamorphosis, thing, and I just want everything away. I want a fresh start. I'm just like, that's my goal. And you were talking about goals, so yeah, that's one of my goals. I want to just make the money right now and move. And now I see what I want: a motorcycle. I want a house. I want, I
There's
got
nothing
stuff
wrong
that I
with
want
that.
to do.
So you ride.
No,
So you're gonna learn how to ride.
yeah, my
Okay.
cousin is the president of a bike club, and so it's meet
Cool.
and greet, motorcycle meet and greets, and all of that. So I'm like, I used to say I wanted to do it, so now I feel like I really want to do it.
Now you want to do it. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go. Like,
Carpe diem, seize the day. You only live once. But I want something cute. I don't want, like, I can't see me, riding from North Carolina to South Carolina on the bike. I want to, like, can I pull it out when we get there? Have
right.
mine on the
Like, you
truck.
want a truck. Basically, you want a
Yeah.
truck, and put your truck
I
with
want like a little
your bike.
showpiece, something. Yeah, I want the little three-wheeler thing. Okay.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, because
That,
I think that'll be better on my back. Um, than that. But okay, so back to the adopted stuff. You know, the adoption.
Right. So with that, for me,
Risk
um,
of being rejected.
yes, yes. And then, like I said, the thing is with my with my biological father, for me, I think he had his own issues. No,
Mm.
that's one of the things. That's, to be honest with you, because I still wasn't over. I'm okay with being adopted. I like being adopted, to be honest with you, because more love, more merrier, right?
Yeah.
However, um, what was it for me? I wasn't upset with my biological mom for giving me up. I wasn't upset with my father for giving me up either. What I was upset was I felt like my father didn't tell. He told people, like he told my cousin, but he didn't
Mm.
tell my sons. He didn't tell my two brothers. But then my brothers just met like a little while ago. They didn't know each other. They didn't meet till the said grandfather's funeral. Okay, so that says a lot, and they weren't even close. That's a whole nother story. Then nobody told my brothers that I was existing. His mama told him, confirmed it for him. His mama knew. She knew. He's like, why didn't you tell me I had a sister? She was like, well, she was given up for adoption. What is there to tell? You know, but the point is that and she wants to meet me, but my brother did pass away, so I don't know if I'm gonna maybe one day I come into town. Maybe one day when I go back, I'll try to meet her. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
But my biological mom might feel away about that, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, so I guess but for me, when I felt some kind of way about that, but now after knowing that situation with his own father, but his father, he was in his obituary. Like the man was claiming him, but it's
The
just,
real father.
yeah, his real father was claiming him. His name was in the obituary.
Mm.
Yeah, he died 2012. I mean, yeah, my biological grandfather died in 2012. So he was claiming him. He had most of the children in the obituary, but they just misspelled his last name. But nevertheless, I mean, he looks like the man. I look just like my biological father and my biological. I'm a
Well, the old people never imagined that ancestry would come along and
right.
just crack the code open on stuff. They never could have saw this coming.
That's me excited.
We're wondering what in the hello is
That's
she
that's
doing?
what I'm saying.
But it's like rewarding now to see my friend having all these new relationships with these new people after knowing her for like what maybe 45 years, maybe 40, about 45 years or so, watching
Yeah,
her grow up, not having any siblings, not having any biological cousins, and not having any children, to now see her with blood relatives. It was something that she just craved, having someone that she shared blood with. And now she has this big family. They own a lot of land, and yeah. Now,
right.
one of her cousins tried to holler.
Oh Lord, that's weird.
Well, I mean, no, he tried to holler at me.
Oh, it's you. Oh, that's
Yeah,
different.
when I went to go meet the family.
Okay.
I don't. Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm telling you, I'm doing my squat machine just in case y'all wonder what that noise is. That's a squat machine. I apologize.
And he actually owned most of the land.
Shit.
Like you'll
But
find a lot of people like in Virginia and North Carolina. I don't know about anywhere else, but like the families own like the
yes.
whole street will be families on their street. It's
But
all family
y'all got
on
family.
the same street, huh?
A lot of my uh well I have family. I had family that was already they had already been in America, right? Because the red blood. But
Mm-hmm.
I have family came from England, Scotland, and stuff like that. But and I definitely had a family from Africa, the motherland. And but then I have a lot. I had family in Jamaica because they came from Africa to Jamaica. So I do have, you know what I'm saying. So it's weird. So bottom line is, then they ended up. I have family that ended up in that was already in South Carolina and North Carolina. They did the Trail of Tears. So that's where. Then they moved up to Tennessee, and then Memphis and stuff and so forth. But I'm telling you that yeah. So I had, but anyway, I told you about some relatives that I had that was from that you could Google that. That's a documentary. If you go to
Yeah, I
see
watched it.
CBS,
Yeah, I watched it.
yeah, and basically what everybody else don't know. But what
Maybe
happened
you
was,
should watch it with on StreamYard one day.
yeah, I
Or
don't
will
know.
that be just like too much personal information of yours to sit and watch
No,
it?
well, because I mean, nobody would, they wouldn't be able to. That's one of them situations. Like that's the one thing good about being adopted. They wouldn't be able to trace to know the book, right?
Oh,
But
okay.
is that they had this. I don't know if it because it's on TV. I don't think that I could share it on StreamYard. I don't think I could do it. I don't
Mm.
think I could do like a
I
reaction.
forgot how I watched it. I guess you left a link or something, and that's how I was
Right.
able to watch it.
I left the link. What happened
Okay.
was basically in that whole town. So, but anyway, one of my ancestors, um, basically was a slave, obviously a owner, and he met this girl. Well, he enslaved this African girl, and his wife had passed away. And what he did was he already had children with his wife, so he asked, well, he had a girl to raise his children, and then he started producing children with her, and he felt, unfortunately, I'm just gonna call. I'm gonna tell y'all the real. I'm just telling y'all the real. He fell in love with her. So she wasn't. She and he bought her a house. He had owned the whole town. He had owned the whole town, and he had bought her a house. And she had her own little house. And then when his children grew up, and then he started having children with her. So when he had passed away, he left all his children land and houses and stuff. He said that if any of his white children try to take the land from his biracial children, then they will forfeit the land, and they land will automatically go to his black children. And I think it was two or one of them said, "Fuck that, we ain't taking, we ain't, I mean, this our land too." And so they had to forfeit their land, and the land was given to the children. So every year, so the white side and the black side finally united. I forgot what year that was, but anyway, they came together and they said, "Well, hey, we're gonna start doing our family reunions together as opposed to doing it separate because I mean, what's the point of doing that?" And it was in the Carolinas, so yeah, I got quite a history.
So
if
it's
I,
in either South Carolina or North Carolina. You ever think about going to see this town?
yeah, I thought about it. I thought
I
about it, but
would go.
yeah, but I'm gonna if I go, I'm gonna have to. I'm just my husband like real security minded and stuff, so we would have to. I would go down with a crew with
Why? What
a
do you think would happen?
nothing. I'm just you gotta understand. Me and my husband gotta pass. You know what I'm saying? People ain't forgot about your people. Ain't forget just because we done moved on. Everybody ain't moved on. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So the thing is, so I would go down there with a crew, whatever. And I probably also would contact the family members that's already down there. I've only talked to like one of them that's down there now that I still have a relationship that I have a relationship with through DNA. We talk a lot. It's a man. So we talk a lot. So we were cousins actually. I think we're like third cousins or something like that. So we talk pretty much, and he's willing to show me around. I really need to go to Memphis, but golly, that's a Memphis, Chicago, um, Minneapolis. My grandfather lived in Minneapolis, so I would go there.
But
His
I think you'll be okay to go. Take your protection. I don't think it's gonna be like that at all. I have many times where I go around many enemies, and I will be alone. It'll be alone, but I'll go with God, the universe, and my ancestors, and it's never gone wrong for me. And I will be surrounded by them, surrounded by them. It's a lot of them, and nothing has ever happened to me. I am protected and covered.
Right, I understand.
There's some things like you gotta just face, on your own.
I mean, I'm used to
And
going,
yes, some could have happened to me.
right. I'm used to going by myself, but you, I mean, I kind of move differently now when you got your child, you got your kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it's as heavy as you think it is. It's probably heavy. Don't get it twisted, but
Oh,
because
it's
like
heavy.
people won't know.
Okay, well, let me give you an example. When I used to go to the when I go to the airport, they damn near strip search me to this day. Like I'm flagged. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I'm flagged. Like as soon as I go to the airport, they flag me. Like as soon as I walk in, they're like, "Okay, we got to pull you back here and check you."
Okay, then you're gonna have to drive.
So I'm just telling you
Just
that that's
drive.
right. That's just I mean, just so got used to it pretty much. But
Yeah, just drive.
just imagine the pull it over again. Man, it's wild. I promise you. We got pulled over in Oklahoma, and they was talking about. I mean, we got put. It was like 10 cars. You know,
I mean, I've been followed by the alphabet people before,
right?
and I'm cleared on everything. You guys still don't try it. I'm cleared, but I
Right.
understand.
But you understand what I'm saying? 50.
Yes, life is different. If you've ever been followed by the alphabet people, you know, you know. But it's like at some point, the past, you're not your past, you know.
Definitely not my past, but everybody ain't forgot though. You know what I mean?
And maybe that's kind of how Jasmine feels like too, that she's moved on from her past, and maybe we're holding her past against her.
Yeah. Well, but she keeps reliving her past. We
Yeah,
can
because
move
she
on.
hasn't changed anything.
It hasn't changed anything. How many was that? I did 60, right? Okay, I was supposed to do 60.
Girl, I don't even know.
I think that was yeah, I did 60. Okay, I just got to do my.
You
I
know
got
what? A update from when we were on my channel and we did the stuff with Diddy. They denied the bail.
yeah, I know.
We're
That's
gonna
what I was
meet
gonna
on the
say.
8th.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that, but then we started talking about something else, and I forgot.
Oh yeah, I'll take you through a million topics. It's just something I do. We'll start on one thing, girl. We done went from adoption
Right.
to
That's a
slavery
start. Thing. That's a
to
start. Thing.
traveling to being a rebel.
Right. I mean, pretty much. That's just
Yeah, so
how.
yeah, I have that effect. Okay.
Okay.
And we
Right.
even threw in a little bit of Bath and Body Works because Pamela's like, hey,
And we got some.
hey.
Hey, I got some stuff for you. She's like, I got some stuff for you. Oh damn! I forgot to do that. I got to do the seated.
But yeah, I
Okay.
just think that you have to be secure by yourself, but I think that Jazz needs to be around people
Yeah, I think she does too.
because she's
It's
stuck
just
in her own mind. And
yeah,
you,
it's
like
just
I
weird.
keep saying, there's no telling what your mind will tell you, you know.
Yeah, it's just weird how she gets down. I don't always understand. Oh, it's not for me to understand. It's up for her to understand that. But it's just okay, Jasmine. I mean, Olivia too. Like like okay. So I'll talk about this topic because we're gonna talk about Olivia tomorrow. But I'm gonna mention this. I don't want to go into great detail about her today, but I just want to mention this. She has a right to talk about Gerard if she wants to till the cows come home, but it's not helping her because it's kind of like out of sight and how can you heal from something that you constantly keep talking about and reliving what happened? It's not even about Gerard at this point. It's not even about Antonisha. Obviously, he's gonna stay with his wife. No matter
Hmm.
if he come back and be with her a thousand more times, that's between her.
Liv needs to go to therapy, and I think she might need one be a person that needs medication.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
But therapy would be the perfect start. I don't know why we fight therapy as if it is not an insult, but it's a torture. It's a
Like we calling you
punishment. But
right.
therapy is not a punishment.
Yeah,
It's
it's no.
actually a reward. And that's what she needs. She needs somebody to listen to whatever that is so she could process it. Because, and Liv, if you over here listening, you're holding up your life, you're holding up your blessings, holding on to this. You got to let that go so what needs to come into your life can come into your life, because you're just holding on. And she says like she doesn't want a man and she don't want. Yes, every woman deep down inside, you want to be loved. Don't you think you deserve to be loved? And to be go through your, to me they're young. She's young. You want to spend the rest of your life alone and not traveling, not doing anything.
Exactly. And that's
So
just
let
it.
him go so you can bring something better in.
I mean, makes no absolutely no damn sense. Like why you keep and then the more and more she talks about it, the more and more she relives it. Like, oh yeah.
Like a trauma.
Right. It's like, girl, do you know Gerard is moving on with his life? Like he don't care. He only cares when you allow him to come in. And that's not him caring. Men don't look at sex the same way we do.
They don't.
And that's just it. And the point is, it's like, why are you reliving it? He's moving on. He's married. He has your children. He's married. And you can call Antonisha stupid all you want to. She may very well be. Who knows, right? That's not my judgment. That's gonna
Yeah,
be,
that is not my business.
that's not my business. She's stupid or not. That's between her and Gerard. Whatever they got going on, that's them. At the end of the day, why do you care about what the fuck that he's still with her or
Mhm.
she's stupid or not? Why do you care?
See,
You
maybe
know,
because I don't watch it and I just tune it out. I
I'm
don't,
talking about her. I'm talking about Olivia though. Why
Yeah,
does
no,
she?
I'm talking about with Livia. I don't watch her, so I don't hear all of that stuff. But I do think she belongs in Florida.
Me too.
And she probably needed to be around her sister and being around her family, because she was totally isolated in Texas. And she need to start paying that child support, because the sooner she understand that just because you're not with them, you still have to provide for your kids.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
and regardless of how you feel,
How can you be blessed if you can't take care, if you're not taking care of your children? And little girls, that there's so many cute clothes and stuff she could buy all the kids. How all three of your little girls should be matching, and so it's a lot going on with her that she need to take a deep dive. And the longer she's putting it off, the longer before she can get it together.
I'm telling you, and it's gonna be crushing because at the end of the day, that's still breaking the children's heart. You might think, well, those still my children. They gonna still love me unconditionally. No, that's not always true. That's not always true. Now you may think as the further and further you stay away from them, and the more and more you try to get them to do things behind their father's back, it's gonna end up making
Right.
you pay for it. You're
But
gonna end up.
I understood what Steve was saying. I really understand what he's saying about, you can't really trust what the people are saying that Nisha said. We don't know if she said it or not. So I get that part too.
I get that, but shoot, at the end of the day, you still. But she has done this before, though. She
Mm.
said it herself. Not that I'm going off on anybody said, but she said it herself. Like when the children are over there, we have seen her tell those children, "Well, this is my house, and whatever you do at your dad's house, blah 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 blah." You know what I mean? Still. It's just certain things that you have to be careful of, and I wouldn't put that on them because that stuff, everything that you telling your children against their father, remember that they
Mhm.
have, and remember that if you don't have a good relationship with them, eventually you want them to have a good relationship with one of the parents. And so, do you think by talking down on the father that it's going to help the children, or him talking down to you? Eventually, it won't. I'm telling you, it's going to backfire, and then you're going to end up. I mean, so when the children, if the children do, you don't have no control over them. They're going to be doing whatever they want to do, which you ain't gonna like it. Then you're gonna be trying to send them back to their dad's house. And it's gonna be too late. And the child might go to wayward. You don't want
Mhm. Oh, when they get to be teenagers, they're almost there. She better look out, honey.
I'm trying to tell you. It ain't gonna be what she thinks.
Mm-mm. And like like I'm surprised my grandkids that are spending time here. Like the one here now, he's 15, and I'm just glad that they want to spend time with grandma because when the kids start getting around that age, they don't want to spend time around you. And like her kids are starting to approach an older age. Christian, she understands now that Christian don't want to mess with her the long way. Christian ain't mucking with her the long way because that's why she's fine. And she's finally said, well, I get that Christian might not want to come. That is a tiny bit of like, wow. I remember when she never would have said that.
But she don't want him there. Let's just be honest. It ain't just that it ain't just he don't want to be there, but she don't want him there
She
either.
don't want him there.
Because she can't control him. But let's be clear. Don't think that Ryan won't be like that in a minute. Don't think that the longer
Yeah,
you stay
because Ryan has had like her important time was spent with
with
Nisha. Nisha
exactly.
got her at a young enough age that she's completely like she doesn't really remember a life without Nisha.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, Robin is going to be uncontrollable if you keep moving in the pattern that
Hmm.
you're on
And then
now.
to just leave them like that oh, I
That's going
gotta
to
take
break
a.
Robin heart. That's going to break Robin heart. That's
So
not
you
going to be
that, but they know that mom has left again, and so now they're just used in their minds. Oh, we'll see mom again. She just packs up and leaves. It's mom.
right.
But Nisha is a constant. She's
Exactly.
security for them.
And then who is to say these children Christian might become an NFL player or a football player, and then you sitting up looking and he's thanking them on the field. How's that gonna make you feel when he's thanking?
Hmm.
Anthony, you can say you're their mother, but at the same time, they're gonna be like, "Well, you may be my biological mom, but you didn't still raise me." Even I have to tell my biological mom, like, "Look, I don't know you. I'm just now meeting you, so you can't expect certain things." I had to tell her that, and I know that hurt her feelings, but the real is the truth. So you know what I'm saying? And you can love your mama. You can still love your mama. Your children gonna always love you. But at the same time, that don't mean that they're gonna respect you. That don't mean that they're going to look at you in the way that you feel like they should. Which Christian already shows you that. You don't see that? And Robin don't really respect her for real. You see how Robin
But
does?
they're more like sisters. They're like the Nika and her daughter, which is that's another thing weird too, where Nika's daughter is her best friend.
That's weird. And well, one of my clients is like that. Her and her daughter are the best friends, and her daughter's like 6. It's like, girl, that's not your best friend, honey. That's your daughter.
Well, Stinkabug is Jasmine's best friend.
It seemed like Stinkbug more than that.
Even I know, oh yeah, even down to the hair brushing and the oh, we're gonna cut. Did y'all say the other night that the baby asked to cuddle?
That's what they said.
Ugh. And like he shouldn't even be in the bed with her no more.
Right,
She's setting herself up. Because even if he was like a really, really a only child, he still would need to be sleeping in his own room. Because that way, when she do, since you're getting hickeys and this and that, you girl,
right. Crazy, ain't it?
mm-hmm. What kind of man is giving her hickey?
Right. Probably him. Not just playing.
Girl, I'm like, really, like, what is going on? She's really not well when it comes to actuality with the X word. I mean, because if
Right.
you think, I guess too, what gets me about the what she's doing with the housewives is the way she was filming her girls. Mia Oshun always said those angles that is purposeful, and it's
That's
like
it.
just nasty. Like she's just nasty.
Right. Exactly. Totally sick. Yeah, I don't understand why she does that. She is not healed from that past sexual trauma. She's not.
Yes, that is a big. That is really big. And she, if she started taking care of some of these things, it I think it would do wonders for her. So okay, I recommend therapy for her too.
And then when you have sex too early at an early age, it's traumatizing. Let's keep it,
Yeah.
even if it's consensual, it's still traumatizing.
Well, I did. I really did, and it is. It makes you grow up faster. I remember I told my mom I won't do it again. I'm not. She was like, "No, baby, it don't work like that. Once you open that Pandora's box, ain't no going back."
Right. My mama tried to tell me that too.
And I think like I'm because I'm looking at the picture of Jasmine up here. I think she needs to work on her gut health. And if she gets her gut health together, I think that will also help her skin.
I tell you in a minute.
Because your gut health is the key to a lot of stuff.
I tell you in a minute.
And it's crazy how she blew up like this. Because I'm looking at her, and they say once you stop them shots, you blow up real fast. What are you doing,
Stepping. I had to step.
Lord Jesus?
I had to do 30. Okay, I'm done. I had to do
Well,
30 steps on
I
each
wish
leg.
I had some of that energy.
I had to do 30 on each leg. So I did 60 and all. Okay, I'm done.
Get it
Yay.
tight, get it right, girl. Get it tight, get it right. You're gonna be summertime fine.
I ain't there yet. And maybe next summer I have my six pack. Because that's my goal. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna make you laugh. Now I talked all stuff about Jasmine and showing their bellies, okay? Guess what?
Are you
My
gonna show
goal
yours? Oh shoot,
once I get a six pack, I'm not showing it till then. So that's what I'm working on, the six.
Lord, gee.
I thought, but see, I ain't showing it premature. I ain't showing them my gut now. Hell no, that's gonna be
Until it's time. But baby, them crop tops is not her friend. Crop
no.
tops are not your friend.
When I show my crop top, it's gonna be my friend. It's gonna be my best friend to watch.
What I hate is losing weight in the skin. When you play that yo-yo thing of gaining weight and losing weight, you don't realize what it does to your skin. So when you lose weight, maybe you still got your, whatever firm, because that's why it's good to be doing weights and stuff. But we have so much saggy skin left, when you lose the weight. And I keep saying, I'm not gonna keep doing this to myself, getting fat, getting skinny, getting fat, getting skinny, and having this skin
I'm trying to tell you.
hanging.
That's exactly
And
what.
Liv has a lot of hanging skin.
Yeah, she does. She
She
don't.
really needs to see somebody for that.
But she said she's gonna get surgery though, didn't she?
That's what she used to say. I don't know what she's saying now, but um, after a while, it's so much skin. Even like Medicaid will pay for it. When it just comes to be just drastic that you need that skin removed. So, and they have programs where they'll do it since her money, she got that child support situation and the money funny.
For sure. She need to take that money and go pay on that child support so she can have some money. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Don't
that
spoil her.
insurance might cover for her to get it done, or she might get some type of sponsorship, and she should get it done while she's around Raquel and her mom, so they can take
Right.
care of the kids while she heals.
Exactly. And then the thing is, and what she really should do, I got a suggestion. She should go on baddies. She really need to go on baddies. She need
She's
to
too
really
old
apply.
for that.
No, she fit right in. She need to go on baddies. And go on baddies and go there. She gonna make some money. Then she can get that before
Cause
she
she
they
ain't gonna be fighting nobody. Don't they get physical on baddies? She is not getting ready to get physical. Liv is not a fighter.
it don't matter. A lot of them girls can't fight either, but they be on there.
Wasn't that little girl Vicky Woe, that little white girl Vicky Woe? Wasn't she on there?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
the
so.
show that that girl Krishan Rock was on?
Yeah, no, there was wasn't it baddies? I want to say there was
I
baddies.
don't know.
I want to say it was
I'm
baddies. Maybe I'm premature. I want to say it was baddies. Maybe it wasn't, but either way, shoot, some of them girls just run. All she gotta do is run around for a little while, run around from the girls and run the security and just act like she big and bad.
Can you see Liv running? Come on now.
Girl, she losing that weight. She'll be able to run in.
Yeah, you got a point.
So all she gotta do is she need to go on baddies. I'm telling you, Liv, go to baddies.
Why do you think she should
That
be
way,
on bad? Why do you
big,
think she should be on bad?
because number one, they can take that child support and then she'll be able to pay that child support and she don't have to have that over her head.
Mm,
Number two, she'll be able to get the money she wanted. She can act as ignorant as she want to act ignorant, and then we
mm,
gonna do a come up because we talking about her. That's
mm.
why. I got selfish reasons. She needed really. She should go on baddies. That's like her
Do
speed.
you think she's losing any sleep over owing all of that child support money?
I don't think so. Of course not. I don't think so. But she don't think she owe it. She in her mind, she don't think she
You're
owe it.
right.
But I'm just saying she should go on baddies though. I think baddies would be really good for her. Seriously, I think it will help her. It will get her on the social media. Then she can talk to then she can start getting into with these celebrities, all of the ones that got the herps, and she can get with some of them, and you know what I'm saying. And then we could be like, we can report on them. Then we'll be like celebrity. Then she could be the celebrity she want to be because that's the only way she's gonna get famous if she goes
Mm,
like baddies or something. I'm telling you, that's the best way. That's her best route. Or corn hub, or
mm.
or that other one. What's that other one? OnlyFans. If she
We
go
don't
on,
have Corn Hub in North Carolina. They won't let us access it.
are you serious? Really?
I know, right? Girl, I was upset. Like, what are y'all doing?
What happened? Did something happen with
A
a kid?
law was passed, and so yeah, in North Carolina, you can't access
What happened though? Did the
Corn Hub.
kid get on there and do something inappropriate?
I
Or
think it happened in Florida too.
what happened?
I don't know right off the, I can't think of like how to explain it.
I'm going to go and ask Google. I'm gonna ask Google. Because I don't know, that's how you find out stuff. At least it leads you into it. Not everything. You can't find everything on Google now. But
That
some
should be on there because there's a reason why
was it North
they
Carolina you said?
yeah, and I think Florida too. You
Okay.
looking it up? Yeah, when you find out, let me know because
I'm going to tell you why. Hold on, I'm looking this up.
I feel like that should be my right if I want to or not. I don't need you.
Uh, okay, okay,
What'd you find?
okay. Wait, hold on. I'm typing the wrong. My fingers getting caught up. Hold on, I'm trying to, because I'm out of breath. After doing that little thing. Okay, okay. Because age verification for websites and a host of adult content, including platforms like that, because of the age, because of the PAVE Act, which is aimed to protect minors from accessing explicit material. So it's about the minors. They don't want the minors to get a hold of, which is a good reason actually.
No,
But
not really, because you could have found a way for the adults to still have her.
what they ask when you go, oh, I'm telling myself. Anyway, so when you want to go to over here,
Ah,
so when you want to go to watch it here in my city, not that I watch it, but I'm just
okay.
saying that in my city, I'm just saying, okay, I watch it on occasion, like at least like maybe I don't know once a month. So when you watch it, what you do is you just check that you're 18 years and older, and then they let you in. Pretty much, I don't pay for it. It's it's free. You know, I ain't paying for it. Now that's that's a little too far. I ain't gotta pay, but I will watch. I
And
like
I
the
think
amateur
so
ones.
are you selling a lot of your adult toys? Are you getting a lot of business?
Yes, I had a lady that just walked in off the street and bought one of my kits. You know those little kits the
Well,
little
I
kit.
think that
She
there
just
should be more information out on how to use the rose correctly, and maybe suggestions to do with the rose, because it's very hard to like put in a search of one of these things to ask it what to do. Wink, wink,
okay.
wink, wink.
I don't, how does one show you without showing you? You know what I mean? Like I don't I don't know how to do that because I don't want to show
No,
people.
how does
I have
one
to take an
say
instrument.
that she don't know what to do?
No, I'm just saying I know what to do with it,
How
but
does
I just
one
can't
say
do it.
they might need suggestions on what to do with the rose? Okay, how does one say that?
Okay.
Even though she got it from you on a discount, you didn't send any instructions, directions, suggestions.
I go
Like,
assume
maybe
people would.
you might not want to use this in the water. Maybe, just,
Well,
just,
well if well if you one of
yeah.
those ones that have faucets, it's not going to destroy. You just have to keep it charged up, and as long as you don't hit the bottom part, you know what I'm saying. The bottom part is kind of work because that's where the charger is, right in the bottom part.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you don't want to get that part obviously
Well,
wet.
that part's really easy for anyone wanting to buy an adult toy from Dr. A. That part is really easy. Charging it, no problem. Real simple, easy. And it's very. Oh, let me shut up. I was
Okay,
gonna tell him, I don't know.
so okay,
I'm
well,
just gonna say that it was charged. I'm not giving you too many details. I can say that it's very loud. So, like, if
right.
you had people in the other room, they would hear it. That is how loud it is.
Okay,
Okay,
so
it's
what
loud.
I'm doing is I'm gonna just type out. I guess I could just kind of type it out and probably show a diagram on how
I
people
mean,
can.
and most people probably do know what to do with it, but
I mean, I could do that. I
you
mean, it's
can't like put it
kind
in the Google thing and it will tell you, because it won't.
of okay. Well, I
I don't know. Well, maybe you try to look it up and see if it'll just give you information.
it does actually, but hey.
Okay. Well, maybe suggest that to your customer that is trying to find
But
that
that's not, if
my
but that's a helpful turn because what I could easily do is just create my own one and just send
that
it.
would be good.
I think that would probably make more
Because
sense
like
because
maybe some people don't know what to do with it,
some people don't want to go to the internet
and
to have.
maybe even too with the yoni eggs. Yeah, you could find out how to use them and stuff like that, but maybe have more uh details in the packaging on
Yeah,
how
I can do
to
that.
do the
I can
yoni.
do
Yeah,
that. I just kind of thought that well, see, I've
because
had
people
I
would just know.
right. However, no, no. Let me tell you. Now, I've had a couple of clients to come to me and ask me how to use them, and what I just did was I grabbed a orange
And you
and open
showed.
it open it up and open the orange up and then just shove just not shove but I just kind of insert it into that and they can say, oh, that's how you do it. I say just leave the string out. I just did what people asked me. I didn't like assume
When
that
they
they
at other, yeah, but the people that didn't ask you, you assume
right.
they knew. Yeah, like when I interviewed this lady at the cowboy gala. So yeah, you guys, at the cowboy galas, they actually sell stuff like that, yoni beads and what's the waist
Waste
things. And
waste.
so the lady was like teaching me like the different sizes, and well, you got this small one, then we got this medium, and da da da. So yeah, they
Yeah,
actually sell that at the
I did
booths at
all
these
three.
events.
I was like, you did all three. I said, wow. I said, I ain't doing all that. I'm not. I said, you need
All
that.
three.
Yeah, she put all three of the eggs inside of her, and she bought two sets. So she said she put the excuse me, no, she put the two large eggs, but she bought two sets. So she put the two large eggs of her, and then she put the uh, who came up? Okay, that's you. And then she put the two large eggs inside of her, and then she put the two medium eggs inside of her. So she put four. Then I'm like, girl, you a bad member.
Is
I don't
there a
know.
reason why somebody would do all of that?
Um, you want me to answer that? Yes, I'm going to answer that. Because she's loose. So, you know what I'm saying? Because she's loose. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Okay.
only explanation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it
But
real.
it can be, and I know I can't imagine what people listening are. But hey, you're selling the stuff, so this is like an infomercial.
Right,
Um,
I'm trying to tell you. Well, it's what
Sometimes being is worse than being loose is being tight, and being tight could be good, but not being too tight, because then
yeah, but
it's
the eggs will
a
help with that.
problem. It's
Like
not enjoyable.
right. If someone has like issues, okay, so I had a client that had, I forgot what it's called, but I can tell you what it does. Okay. Sometimes I can't, sometimes I forget the name of something, but I can tell you what it does. Okay. So the bottom line is this. Okay. So what happens is like, you know how some people have problems where they have hard time getting loose and they have to use the man has to really do no matter what he does, if he can, orally try to penetrate her,
Yeah, yeah.
use the fingers or whatever to try to get her to loosen up, and none of that works. So she has it's a medical problem, right? So what the eggs do is it does help with that as well. So that's the good thing about the eggs as well. So what I do is I have the client, um and I have done, like, again, with the husband and the wife. I did it. We did a conference call, and I was like, okay, this is how you use the egg. I took the orange. The orange is one of the best, right? The orange, the peach, stuff like that. Fruits. Because if you look at the fruit, you will notice the fruit is in the shape of a vagina. Okay,
Hmm.
the hot pocket, the fruits are in the shape of that. So what you do is you take that and you give the client an example of how to use it.
And so you
So
sell a lot of these products. You make a lot of money with these products.
I do okay. I do okay because what happens is my normal clients. Um, okay, so what happened is, because, like I said, I got to hook up with this guy that sells these type of toys, right? And like we worked out a deal. He's like, "Hey, you could just put your brand on there because I have like a gazillion. I have warehouse fulls, and they're good, and I just want you to try them out." So he gave me, so the you all got you got the first packet product, and then so I've gotten greater other ones. You get what I'm saying, along the ways, because I sold the ones you have. I sold out of the
Oh, really?
Yes. And so I have the other ones, but I got some more coming, like the ones you have, right? I got
Oh.
some more coming, but then I got the other ones. I showed you those live, right? And so the client, my other client that came in, she came in off the street and she bought like two packages of those, right? And so I got to make another kit and put that out. I just got to remember what I put in that kit because it's on my. I go to my website and do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I had that. You know what I mean? And for me, I think it's okay. I think that is I have new packaging for it. I just haven't put it out yet because I have to do I have to. I
Did
don't want
you
to.
ever do a mirror after dark? Did you ever do that kind of stuff? So like when you're having these kind of conversations, did you ever do that, or are you still planning on doing those?
I'm still gonna do that. I just have
Oh, you
not.
are.
I have not done it yet because I have to get the audience. Because every time I try, if you notice, every time I try to go outside of that, like
Outside the mommies.
yes, when I start talking about
Oh.
Liv, all this other stuff, everybody's game for that. Everybody loves that. When I talk about Jasmine, everybody is like really excited. They're like really excited, excited, excited. Like, ooh, Jasmine. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I was like, okay, Jasmine, it is. So like now like how we squeeze in Jasmine's conversation, how we squeeze in this conversation
Mhm.
about Jasmine, and we're talking about this situation that people are listening. So I think that when nobody else is around, if nobody else is live, then
But one thing I do know is that conversation that we're having, that has to do with your overall health too. That's part of being healthy. Like
yes,
when depressed people don't think about having relations or releasing anything. Okay. Your doctors are concerned about that. They will ask you, I don't know
true.
why I was telling one of my friends this. I was like, doctors are very concerned about that situation because that says a lot. If you're not, you know, it's not good for your health to not be something.
Exactly.
So yeah, because depressed people don't think about that.
No, that's the last thing that they think about.
Yep, and that's why doctors want to know. They want to know. Like my doctors are concerned. Like, are you happy? Yeah.
Exactly. I'm trying to tell you. And the thing is, that's one thing I had with my client. I had this one client, I'm telling you, I can tell you stories, but my client, of course I just can't tell you the names,
Right.
but yeah. So I had this one client, she was going through where she found out that her, not one, I'm lying. She found out that her baby daddy was on Uggs, and and she had like 8 children with him. They got married, and everything, right? So she married him, and then on the night of their wedding anniversary, she found out that he was on a heroin user, like you know
Mm.
and man, it was very devastating for her. And she was just like, look, I can't, because I've been through this with, a parent, and I'm not tolerating. I'm not waiting for him to clean up. I can't. And I
But
love
how
him
did she not know that he was on Uggs?
because I don't
She
know,
didn't want to know, Dr. A.
she said he hid it well. She said that
No,
he would
she
go
didn't
to
want
work.
to know.
Well, let me tell you what happened. She said he would go to work. She said that he was a wacky tobacco user. Okay. And so she said he did that excessively. She didn't care about that though. She didn't trip because he would be downstairs, and you could smell it. You know what I'm saying? So what he did was he would be doing that, but doing the wacky tobacco. And then she said after he did the wacky tobacco, he'll doze off and go to sleep in a chair, and she didn't notice it. She said he didn't have any needles in his armors or anything like that. So I'm gonna say that it was by pill. I'm gonna say that it was by pill. I'm gonna say that it was not the needle. I think it was
Mm.
like you know. And so she had literally had a child because as soon as she got with him, like from that time frame, they had back to back to back to back to back children. And then she said that she noticed, like right before they got married, she said that he started acting weird. She said she did notice that he started acting weird, but it got weirder on the wedding night because she called him. Because he was acting really like he slumped over in the chair and fell out of the chair. And she's just like, no. Because before he would just kind of go to sleep in the chair because he would be playing the game. Right after he would just be in the bath. He would get, do his thing in the bathroom because she would push him in the bathroom because she didn't want the smell throughout the house because the children. And then she said that he was playing, acting like he was playing the game, and he slummed over, and and she couldn't wake him up, and I guess he had overdose or something.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what she found out. She said she knew he was a chronic, wacky tobacco smoker. Like it was like he had to have it. Like if he didn't have it, he couldn't function. So
Mm.
she knew he was addicted. She knew he had a addiction toward wacky tobacco, but she didn't think it was that. But she did notice it right before they got married, right? But the stuff was crazy. But of course, I mean, I'm sure he showed some signs. You know what I'm saying? Looking back on it, I can remind her, but in her head, she felt like she didn't know. You get what I'm saying? That she didn't,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because she felt like, oh, this is the love of my life, or blah 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 blah. Not to mention, she one of her parents were addicted. I did tell you that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So you would think she saw all the signs, but she didn't. She said she didn't. Hey, she said she did.
Actually, that's probably what made her drawn to him.
Yeah, I agree. Because
Was it unconsciously?
she said he doted on her, and she said right before they got married, and
No,
she said,
was it subconsciously? She was
and she
probably drawn to him.
and she said right before they got married that he started acting weird, and she just kind of chalked it up to him just having, you know, nervous about being married, getting married because he was on his second marriage, and then like the wife wouldn't talk to her or whatever. His first wife wouldn't talk to her, and so she wound up, and she didn't have no children with him. So when she found that out, the wife, I guess something happened where she contacted the woman on Facebook, and the woman said, "Girl, yeah, he been a heroin addict. He used to shoot up." She said he wasn't shooting up. She's like, "No." She said, "You ain't seen anything in his arms?" And she's like, "No." And she said, "Well, I don't know how you didn't. You ain't seen nothing around his arms." She said he was a diabetic. Like, I don't know. This was wild. But I mean, I'm trying to tell you, she really need to do a TikTok. I'm telling you. But anyway, long story short, man, she's like, she could not, so she got out of the relationship, and she's dating now. She's been out of the relationship for quite some time, and so
Mm-hmm.
she's dating now. And she says she just dating to get out the house. She's not dating to have sex, and she's just like, she don't even want it.
Mm.
And it's
Well,
just
how
like,
do you since we're on the subject of Uggs, how do you feel about the role that Diddy's use played in all of this situation? Since we're talking about Uggs.
how do I feel about the way his situation? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
how the Uggs played a role in all of this situation.
I think that what happens with the Uggs, I think they just make you. I think that, of course, they're addiction, of course, but I think if you're already a bad person, I think it just makes you an even worse person.
So, as a serious Ugg addict, he was able to run multi-million billion dollar businesses.
Right, but see, I think that part of so he can stay up all night. You know what I mean? Because that's what a lot of people who are addicted to drugs says. I don't know. I've never been addicted to drugs. I just know what it does to the brain, right? But from my understanding, a lot of times that like the cocalinas and other drugs will keep you up all night for you
No,
to.
I did have a problem with one and I will tell anybody.
Okay, okay, never mind.
You
Go
want to
ahead.
know what it is?
What?
Oh yeah, I know. Early, I've been talking about Uggs all day long. What the hell wrong with me?
You talking about? Oh, yeah, that's right. You said, oh
Earlier, I
yeah.
was talking about the X. I've never taken X. I said maybe I need to clear that up. When I was talking about X, I've never taken X. I've never told anybody to take X, and didn't know at the time that the person had took X. But I like that the person took the X, and I wish he didn't have a drug test and he could take the X more often. Okay.
Sure. Okay, I got you. I understand. I'm
It's
glad.
a win-win situation. But what I struggled with for a while was Ambien. And
Oh.
if y'all ever look it up on YouTube, they used to have crazy Ambien videos of what people
Hmm.
did when they take Ambien. Oh
Hmm.
my goodness. But I haven't had one of those in over 10 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that will mess you up.
That one, baby, you will be at McDonald's eh, ordering food, won't remember the next day. I used to ask my kids, "Who ate my cookies? Who ate my cookies?" Mama, you ate your cookies. What? I ate the whole bag of cookies.
um, you know what? One thing I think that I used to really take a lot of, which is probably why I don't take it now. I used to take ginseng every day when I worked and I went to school. Um, when I worked and went to school full time. So I would back in the day, and I used to really because I used to have to be, of course, because I had to be around my children, and I have to write papers, exams, and
So
all
you
this other.
needed energy.
So I had to have energy. Although I was still a vegetarian, but I was barely eating hardly because I didn't have time. You understand what I'm saying? Um, and so I would take a lot of ginseng just to stay up, just to stay up. But I'm trying to tell you, but it wasn't. I didn't feel like it wasn't a situation where I felt like, oh, I can't go without it. It was like that, and it didn't make you feel like a.
But that's why a lot of people take Adderall to keep them going like that. They take
It wasn't
Adderall
right, but it
and
wasn't a
become
crash.
hooked on Adderall.
And it was natural, right? And it wasn't taking
Yeah,
like
because it's
4 or 5
ginseng. Yeah.
pills, right? And it wasn't like I was taking 4 or 5 pills. Go, oh no! It was just like I was taking two, like what they what they had. Because I used to go to this before I became an herbalist. I used to go to this Chinese guy, and he would do it. Then when he passed away, I was when I was working at this particular place, when I was security guard at this particular place, it was this guy that was a security guard, but he was also a podiatrist. And he would, sell me the ginseng. He would have ginseng as well, and I would purchase it for him because my little Chinese herbalist that was teaching me had passed away, whatever. Because he was like 1,000 years old. I'm not kidding. That Chinese man was like 1,000 years old. I promise you, he did not look old, but he was like in his he was like 100 and something. Not like he still had his good mind. He just passed away. Uh, he just died of old age. I mean, like, no, when I say was 100 and something years old, he was like 100 and something years old, but he did not look like he was in his hundreds. He looked like he was about 50. Like, I'm not even kidding. But anyway, but that's for me. So I just think Diddy was already a jacked up person. I just think that he was already a jacked up person, and I think that what the drugs did to him is just triple him to be even a more of an asshole, right?
Hmm.
I just don't think he was a good person anyway. I just don't think he a good person.
But I think he should have got bail today. So I do
You think
think
so?
that.
Why do you
Yeah, I
think that?
do.
Because of the shit, because of you think because of the fact that he they get convicted on the situation.
Yeah, and because typically in a person in that situation would get bail or bond, which I don't know which one they're calling it, but I think it's bail. They would typically get it.
His
The
bed.
judge found maybe two cases that he could,
His attorneys.
yeah, but there's not very many cases where a person in that situation would not be allowed to have bail because it's just such a lesser charge and it's considered nonviolent.
Right. Well, what happened is from what they're saying, the judge basically his own prosecuting attorney said that he was a bad person and
Yeah,
abusive.
I've learned some more about some of that situation too. I was watching these ladies; they had a panel tonight, and I've heard things on their panel I hadn't heard before, and surprisingly, these women are in support of that. You know, uh, not exactly that he was railroaded, but a lot about the political of what went on in this situation, about the man that brought these charges, and then how when he quit, 50 people went and quit behind him. And then this prosecutor had to scramble, and they
Judge,
said they don't typically bring on six other attorneys, but because it was just dropped in her lap. Like, so this is bigger than what we even are thinking. Like I said before, it's definitely an onion with another layer. But they were having some really good conversation, and they weren't really on the victim side.
well, yeah, and then too, I'm a lot of people. I'm just gonna tell you, a lot of people. God, I mean, I just
They
got a couple.
were on the victim's side, and you can stop me if you want to.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They
Go ahead.
weren't really on the victim's side. They okay. They acknowledged the DV, and
Yeah,
that's wrong. It's horrible. But they said what people are just not understanding. This was not about DV. So it's not that you're being insensitive about the DV, about that video, and all the things that Cassie suffered, but that's not what this case was, and people are having problems
they charged him with the wrong.
understanding that.
Right. And they should have just kept it like, okay, Diddy is black. I mean, well, his people, his employees, and more than likely through him, or threatening people, blackmailing people, right, to get
Mhm.
him to coerce him into doing things that he wanted them to do. That's kind of where they should have kind of went to. That's one of the things they should have gotten him on. You know what I mean? Because they could have kind of proved that, right? And then they could have, maybe, if they charged him with criminal behavior. But how long ago was that when he did that to her?
Oh,
It
and
don't
that was another thing they said. They were like, it's been 10 years.
Yeah, yeah. So right, so they couldn't charge him for that, right? And like the civil, like what she took him to court for, the civil thing, yeah, she got that, right? And then yeah, in the prostitution, the ladies of the evening, they could have did something with that, right? And they did, right? So it's things that they just didn't prove. They just did not prove without a shadow of a doubt that it was a whole entire enterprise, right? They proved that there were moving particles, there were moving pieces. But see, the thing is, if they had live conversation, not with them, but with Diddy. Like if they had text Diddy, like if all of them had text Diddy, like, I don't want to set up no parties, Diddy. That is against my will. If those were been on film, or on Texas, then that could have been proven. Then they probably would have had a greater chance of it being a Rico situation. If he was setting it up, or he told them to set it up, or it's not just about, it's about him. It's like a law thing. It's like, your employer holding something over your head to, of course, you can go get into great trouble. They can sue you, they can win a lawsuit and things like that, civil suit or whatever. But then they have to kind of do something a little bit more to do some jail time. You get what I'm saying? But if he was on tape saying, hey, you guys, if they said, hey, Diddy, I don't want to set up no more parties for you, I don't want to do this, like handlers, like how R. Kelly could have gone down for Rico more so. Those people that was doing
Mhm.
R. Kelly, now that could have been Rico. That could have been more of a Rico than Diddy, to be
Oh,
honest.
I
This is
found I found it. It's called the channel is um Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, and she had a panel
I know you
that
talking
was
about. I
really
know you
good.
talking about, because
The-
she used to be on Sherelle channel. Yeah, I know who that is. She used to be
oh,
on.
so I'm a subscribe to her. So the panel she did tonight was really good.
Yeah, I'm telling you that if they would have, now they could have charged R. Kelly with that, but if they would have charged R. Kelly with that, then his handlers and the people that work for him, that some of the people that testified with him against him, they would have gone down too, and that would have been like their witnesses. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, so they probably could have more so than that, because that more so looked like that, because they was transporting them girls back and forth. It was just a lot of stuff. I mean, throughout the years, not just like in recent years, but we're talking throughout R. Kelly's lifetime of being a celebrity. He was transporting children,
Mm-hmm.
young underage children, back and forth. He was doing that, right? And now the stuff with him and Andrea, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because he said he didn't hold time. I'm not. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just being funny. That was. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I apologize. I'm just playing. No, but I don't know about none of that because I mean Drea Kelly, I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't necessarily trust her word per se. And I don't want to do that to a person that said they were victimized by him because it could
Right.
easily be, it could be true and untrue at the same time, right? He could have done some horrendous things to her. He could have really been abusive toward her, and but at the same time some of that may not have happened. She might have exaggerated some of the stuff. She might have lied about some of the stuff, but it still don't take away from the 10 times that he did it or whatever. Let's just say that. But it's just I'm just not inclined to necessarily trust her all the way. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. And I'm inclined to not trust some of those parents. Now those some of those parents that was on it, there's some parents that's like, no, you can't be alone with my child, and he snuck and did it anyway. You understand what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
still, the fact that you let your child work with a known sicko, right? But again, I don't want to victim blame, but we have to be honest and we have to take certain responsibilities in some things. Like even when our children are totally innocent, sometimes we as parents, we have a hard enough thing where we have to rationalize and deal with the fact that something has happened to our children. And even if we did the best that we could do and we just didn't know, you understand what I'm saying? We just
Mm-hmm.
didn't, we still have a burden of going, dang, it's my fault, and we kind of do blame. We will blame ourselves. That's any good parent, and not blame the child, of course. But we have to always remember that the victimizer is the problem, right? But in the Diddy case, again, he really just messed up on oozing that girl, and that's the bottom line. But I think a lot of things is too, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, and I gotta be honest with you. I know, and I apologize for what I'm about to say, but it's really the truth. Unfortunately, I listen, my Caucasian crystals and my non-black crystals. Okay, I want y'all to listen to me real quick. I gotta be honest with y'all. I want y'all to listen to me. um it's kind of, unfortunately, this comes off as in some cases. I'm not saying I feel like this or not, or don't feel like this. I'm not saying I feel like this either way, but this is how a lot of black women, or kind of looking at these women a certain type of way, and it has a lot to do with black women's pain. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I know it's not y'all fault, not all of y'all, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But what happens is when we have gone to tell people or say that this man, or whether he was white, black, or whatever color he was, whatever nationality he belonged to, and we as black women have just complained anyway about anything. If it was our health, if our was health, or we got great, or we got beaten, we were never believed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even the police will sit up here and see us. We'll have a big old black eye, and they'll be like, oh, well, y'all was just having a domestic dispute. It'd be okay. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, we've been going through this for centuries. I'm just being honest with y'all now. And what happens is, and Cassie, y'all got me calling her Casey, and Cassie is a non-black woman. Now we're not gonna play these games, y'all. So what happens is, because a lot of, there's some pain there, and I know this is not necessarily on Cassie. This is not. We're talking about society, y'all. We're talking about society, okay? So don't get mad at me. I'm just trying to tell y'all some. I'm trying to tell y'all some real stuff here. I'm just trying to tell y'all the real stuff, why a lot of black women may feel like this, because it's been a lot of times where black women, we have cried, we have screamed, we have kicked, we have ran down and said this, but for some reason our pain is desensitized, okay? And people don't care about our pain. But then the moment that somebody is non-black complains about being oozed from a black counterpart, or a male, or anybody, then everyone, and we can't, don't tell me it's all women, because it's not, babies. It's not my lovely crystals. It's not the same thing, baby. It's not. Unfortunately, we still now we're in a national, a white nationalist society. I mean, it's clearly, it's blatantly white nationalism, but that's another story. um and so in this society, unfortunately, we're just kind of looking at Cassie like, and then if you go through the text, We understand the whole product of, yes, there could be a such thing as Patty Hearst. It could be the Patty Hearst syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you could be captive, and of course when a person is a victim, they will still sometimes make excuses for their oppressor, right? We've done that in slavery. I totally understand it. We totally get it. But at the same time, it's still the thing of when someone does some certain things to you, you want to leave, right? And so when we do that, when we're staying in abusive situations, the black woman is like, "Oh, you were staying with him. Fuck you." Our own mamas would be like, "Fuck you, can't come here." Or in some cases, that this is stereotypical. This is just as a whole. We're not talking about individuals. We're talking about as a whole, as a society. And what happens is that so we are condemned. Well, what did you do to make him do that? I'm telling y'all. But then when a lighter skinned female, or a biracial, or a non-black woman, when she is oozed, or threatened, or mistreated, then she is given the red carpet. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Even when Sandra Bland, um, what happened to her, do you know how many? Nobody gave a damn. You understand what I'm saying? As a whole, nobody gave. I'm talking about as a whole society. Nobody gave a damn. So we're not gonna get up here and pretend as if this is not a problem within our culture. And so we have to understand some things here. And it's not that black women don't have empathy for a woman being mistreated, right? But it's just what doesn't help, like I said, is when you go through the text messages. If this now how would it came off if it was like Miami, the rapper Miami? If that had happened to her, where everybody still feel the same way and outraged, would all the other races feel the same way if it happened to Miami or Kim Porter? If Kim Porter alleged ooze was publicized the way Cassie's was, would everybody still have that same sympathy? I'm just asking a question. Close your eyes and think about it. Don't start coming in here and being disrespectful, because we have to be honest. And I know y'all gonna say, Dr. A, that has nothing to do with it. Yes, it does. Yes, it fucking does. Because unfortunately, this country is built up off race, and y'all trying to scurry away from it, and we can't get away from it. We got to deal with it head on. That's the only way we're going to be able to heal. We have to be honest, and that's the only way that we can heal race relations, if we address it. Okay, so and then the other woman, the other accuser, because nobody gave a damn about what Dawn said. I mean, and Dawn was in the same position, except for what was different about Dawn was that Dawn, her ooze wasn't shown the way Cassie's was, so that's what makes it a bit differently. But again, they were able to poke holes in what Don said at the same time, right? And they were able to poke holes in what Cassie said. And keep in mind that another thing that everybody, all the some of the ex workers basically said that Cassie, actually set it up. Okay, and they also, she also had in relations with certain, well, one of the, not Cassie, the other girl that was Diddy baby, allegedly 50 Cent baby mama, also set up her own excursions when Diddy wasn't around. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
While he was on break. You get what I'm saying? So again, y'all have to like be honest. We can't just because we don't like Diddy, and we don't like Diddy, right? Because he's done a lot of horrendous stuff throughout the years. We're not going to play this game. We're not going to play these games, right? But we also have to look at, there are several moving parts, and some of the moving parts are, like I said, is race is definitely an issue in this matter. It is. And y'all can try to scare away and try to act like, because anytime a non-black woman goes and tells on a black man, more society is more than likely to have more empathy for that non-black woman than they are for a black woman. And we have to be honest. We have to be honest, and I'm not sugarcoating, because if you look throughout history, history proves what I'm saying. History is historically proven that everybody, and then like before, before people thought we were inhuman, and now it's not that y'all think we're inhuman, you all think that we're so strong that we can just take anything and any and everything, and then oh, they'll be okay, they black. Like what is there, what suffering are you going through? Your ancestors suffered a lot, so you should understand suffering. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we can't interfere and act as if that is also not a factor. And we have to think about like this, because Hugh Hefner actually has some stuff going on way worse. I mean, videotapes, there have been videotapes that had come out. A lot of people that went to the Bunny Ranch, allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, okay, because he wasn't convicted of anything, but allegedly things happened at that Bunny Ranch. But none of the stuff, Hugh Hefner always came off uh, uh, you know, you know what I mean, eat a white covered down. Like, oh no, he's innocent there. He didn't do anything. But yet everybody that was there that day, from black, a lot of black people like Don Cornelius did some stuff, and they had to cover it up. Hugh Hefner had covered up because they was really,
Really?
yeah, cool, yeah. Don Cornelius had did some things with
Oh, is
some
that
of,
why he unalived himself?
no,
Oh,
if he
okay.
did that, if
I'm about to look that up.
if he did that, that's a whole other conversation.
Oh,
Um,
this is news to me.
right. So the thing is, be we have to really look at things. We have to really look at race relations here in this society, because it has not gotten any better. It hasn't. And y'all might say, well, y'all not in shackles anymore. No, we're not in physical shackles, but we're definitely in mental shackles, and we definitely it's getting even worse. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that like the prison industrial complex, even the school the whole school system, man, y'all don't, man. So we can't pretend and act as if that, like, um thank you, Oceans. We can't pretend and act as if this stuff, systemic racism, doesn't exist. We can't pretend and act like this is not an issue with these trials. And again, Diddy should go down for some things. He should have gone down a long time ago, to be honest with you. Right when Shine got arrested, he should have been sitting right in that jail with Shine. Really, Shine even shouldn't have been in that jail cell. It should have been Diddy. But that's a whole nother conversation. But money talks and bullshit walks, right? But I'm just saying, because Diddy had protectors then, and now those protectors is like, you know what I mean? Shoot, you got to go down for something. You know what I'm saying? Um, but there are several, factors. And then the thing is, Diddy had to be honest. Diddy, you ain't white, and you can't do everything that the white. I mean, this is America. You can't do everything that the white counterparts in your who you in allegiance with, or allegedly, or who your mentor was allegedly probably was doing, or whatever. It's just a lot that has happened. You know what I mean? Diddy, of course, and some of y'all will say, well, Diddy, some people will argue that on one end, they'll say, well, Diddy isn't the only one who's done this. Of course not. Diddy is definitely not the only one who has done this. There's a lot of them in Hollywood. We discussed this on Hollywood. That have participated in a lot of sick stuff and a lot of cover-ups, and there was a lot of people that had big money, way big money. Okay, even on down to like the 1930s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, you know what I mean, and so forth and so on. And we look at these Disney characters and everything that's going on with the Disney characters, and how what they had to deal with
Oh,
as
the messaging.
yes. I mean, all of this stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like, they've came up, they did a whole, like, what's his name? Snyder, from Nickelodeon. Like, he's done a lot of stuff, and it was a lot. And he had the children living with this child, allegedly living with him, that he took under his wing. Well, a cartoon drawer, the one that did Ren and Stimpy. But it's a lot of stuff that has happened in Hollywood, and we're not going to act like Diddy is the only one. And don't get me wrong, Diddy is horrible. We know this, right? But we're not going to act like that is not helping. I mean, throughout history, do you know how many lives of white people, black people, all races have been lost in Hollywood in general, from all of these oozers? You know what I'm saying? And it just shouldn't have been happening with just Diddy or Weinstein. It should have started. This should have been started a long time ago, but people were afraid because they were doing things to people. And then you got to think about all the hands that's implied in this. You know, a lot of dare I say it, it's a proven fact. Mafia was involved, not just like the so-called Italian mob or the Russian mob or, the cartels and things like that. But you also have like the big executives. Some of them were mafia energy, where they rolled like a enterprise mafia. You get what I'm saying? Not necessarily the Italian with Italians or whatever. And then there's other communities, which, like you said, you don't say on your channel, the Jays. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. You understand? People got muscle, and it's a lot of enterprises. So we're not gonna play like this doesn't happen. We look at, I mean, oh God, it's just a lot of stuff that has happened. And I'm telling you, especially in big corporations where they're investigating stuff right now with these larger corporations that's connected to all of this stuff and all this stuff that's occurring. So why just not take? If you're gonna take Diddy down, then I'm gonna need everybody to take down some other people as well. But they just didn't do a good job. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have convicted him or not. I'm just telling you that all we're saying, or all I'm saying, let me speak for me. All I'm saying is
Mhm.
they just didn't do a good job at presenting the evidence of him doing it. And they just got cocky, and they got on they like, yeah, we got that, and they underestimated. And yes, I understand what they had to quit, and yeah, I do know that people had to quit and they had to scuffle some things together. But if you're gonna stick to it, then you should have dropped the charges. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't gonna come hard or come go home or whatever, that's what you was trying to do, because otherwise it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be honest and do what you want to do. You think people will want to be honest and do the right thing, but people not on to do the right thing. Shit, this ain't Spike Lee's movie. Do the right damn thing. These motherfuckers ain't gonna do the right thing, right? And then we have to also look at it. Let's look at this in a assumption. I'm gonna do an assumption real quick, right? I know this whole conversation has kind of been an assumption, right? But I'm gonna really do an assumption right now when I say that when I say that that there's bigger fish, in play. And sometimes when you piss off the bigger fish, sometimes they have to take you down the peg. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you, unfortunately, when you are, but this has to do with being a black man with power. But this also, hey, hello, let me go non-racism. But this also has to do with a person in general when they doing too damn much, and when they are pissing other people off that have more power than they do. Okay, which is why when people say, when Chrissy was trying to break down the reason why black people can't be racist, is because black people don't have the power to be racist, right? Because racism equals power, and black people don't have real power. Now we have power within our own spiritual realms, and I'm talking about as a whole. I'm not talking about individually as us individual us, but I'm talking about as a whole, right? Because of the way that America and was built on, and you know what I mean. So unfortunately, I hate y'all. Do y'all understand, crystals? That I hate having to go back to racism. I hate to have to go back and look at racism. It's so blatant. I mean, what do y'all want me to do? I try to ignore it. I try to run away from it. I try to deal with it. I try not to deal with it, but it's a factor in our lives, y'all. And we have to be honest, and we have to deal with it as is. Like, we have to deal with the racism and the colors and the isms in general, right? There are isms in the world, and we have to deal with them head on because we're never going to be able to heal. Okay. And again, Diddy is a monster. Diddy's a factor monster. However, but they just didn't do a good job at pinning the tail on the donkey. That's the bottom line. They didn't. And if they would have been able to do that, then he would be accused of all. He would have had been taken down for all the crimes that was allegedly committed by him. Okay. So I don't know what y'all want me to do or what y'all want me to say, and y'all want me to, like, how you doing, Rokisha? I don't know if y'all want me to be like, oh, you know what I mean, women's live, and I'm not. I mean, I am for women, but at the same time, I'm for honesty. And, I'm not blind. I don't believe in blind leadership. Even if, you could be my homegirl. And if you wrong, I'm be like, I might be rolling with you, but I'm going to be like, girl, we not going to keep, I told y'all that I had a homegirl and she just wanted, every time we go somewhere, the bitch is getting into it with somebody. I'm like, damn, bitch, why you always fighting people? Like, why can't we just go somewhere and you not have drama in your damn life? Oh, I'm not putting drama in my life. Yes, the fuck you are, bitch. Because, I don't have this drama when I go out by myself. You understand what I'm saying? Why the fuck I always got to get thrown out with you because you doing some shit with somebody else's man, or you up in somebody's face, or you bumping into bitches in the bathroom? Just say excuse me. What the fuck is wrong with you? You get what I'm saying? So after a while, you have to, understand some shit. You know what I'm saying? It just is what the fuck it is. And sometimes we have to deal with that. We have to acknowledge what the real is, because again, we can say Weinstein, oh yeah, y'all can throw, oh well, Weinstein, but Dr. A, Weinstein was, went down first. Remember, they wasn't being racist when they did him. Well, it was people behind Weinstein, but Weinstein, listen to his name, Weinstein, right? So it's other people behind him as well. Somebody got to take a fall. So sometimes they will have somebody take a fall because it'd be a group of people. And I really believe, to be honest with y'all, I really believe it was I really believe that it's a lot of connecting factors, like all these children and all these women coming up missing and all this stuff. You don't think, I'm not saying it's connected to this situation, but what I'm saying is they did have tunnels from these houses, and you get what I'm saying? Hugh Hefner, yeah, Diddy had tunnels in his house, in his spot. Hugh Hefner had tunnels. Then they live like close to each other, but that's a whole nother conversation. I'm just saying that, it's a lot of assumptions and it's a lot of things that I just don't trust. And we have to be honest, and we have to look at things for what it is. And yeah, Weinstein was taken down. We understand that. But, and I know y'all saying, well, Oprah, they didn't take Oprah down and she black. I know y'all gonna say that. Yeah, but, you understand? Don't act like she wasn't. Anyway, let me shut up. 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 But I don't know that. I'm just playing. I don't know. Um, allegedly. But it's just a lot of factors that we have to. It's a bigger picture, and sometimes you also think about, like, well, what are they hiding behind this? Because it seemed like during all of these times, okay, let's even going back to OJ Simpson, right? His first trial, even on down to his second trial, like, yeah, they have these elections and things like that. We talked about that, right? They mentioned that, but deeper than that, like, what are they covering up that people are not really focusing on what's behind the lines? And see, nobody's really, people are not as focused on that bill anymore right now, because people are more so focused on this Diddy trial. Did he do it or did he not do it? Did he? You know what I'm saying? And so people not focused on this bill that they're passing, because people was up in arms. But then when the Diddy trial got closer, people dealt with it less. People was protesting a minute, but how many, don't you think that people could have protested that a little bit harder if they wasn't really focused on the Diddy situation. I'm just saying it's just a lot of moving parts. I'm just saying, and then the fact that the war, the draft, and all this possible draft, I should say, and just a lot of, and then they closed down Job Corps. It's a lot of things that like have to be looked at. You know what I mean? That's why I said I really, get into the Diddy thing. I mean, Diddy, a black billionaire. You know what I'm saying? That he might not be for long, but nevertheless, the ninja is a billionaire. So I don't give a fuck about that black billionaire's pockets because shit, he didn't lace me with no money. You understand? He didn't lace none of us. We didn't benefit from Diddy being other than music, right? Other than us being able to dance and cha 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 cha. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, be careful. You know what I'm saying? We ain't been able to progress off of that. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't been able to really do nothing off of that other than dance and sing a jig or whatever. We weren't able to, get that Diddy money or whatever. But still, you know what I mean? So, but there's other stuff that's going on in the world that we have to like be wise to and understand what's happening. There's black nationalism like in our faces, like it ain't even covert. See, even when like what's his name? What's his name? Before I was getting ready to call him Biden. I always call him Biden. This reason. Don't judge me. But Obama Biden. Anyway, so when you have that, that whole thing, you don't think he would? I think he was a national black and white nationalist too. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give a damn about black people. All these people come in here and talk about, oh, black people, I got you. That's all thing they say. But then when they get in, everybody else get rights that they already have. Just being honest, like the rich already have rights. Like what the fuck? They can just buy themselves out. Like typical black people or poor white people can't buy themselves out. While everybody's running to go, oh, Trump, but you broke as fuck. You broke just like the next person. But you can believe, you can celebrate who you can vote for, who you want to vote for. But I'm just making a point that um you have to look at the bigger picture. And shit, Obama didn't do shit else, but do shit for nobody, really, but like the other community. He didn't say, well, he didn't, they did free a couple people, they did say, well, we're going to work on a prison system, but shit, people still sitting in jail right now that didn't commit crimes and stuff. So, I mean, what the fuck, man? We still, we still behind enemy line. And then like even like the educational system, like they putting shit in the educational system is not fucking benefiting none of us. Like oh my god, nobody, not whites, not blacks, not purple, and then the one thing that black people do have, they trying to take away from it. Listen, you gotta look at the bigger picture. I'm just saying, fuck Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Diddy. Diddy children are millionaires. Diddy and them children got more money in their pocket than I got in my bank account. Okay. I mean, what y'all want me to say? What y'all want me to say? These motherfuckers got more money in their bank account than I got, and I mean, more money in their hand than I probably got in my bank account. I'm just being honest, right? So, these are rich ninja problems, okay? I'm just being honest. So what do y'all want me to say? Yeah, but if we're talking about it, I'm gonna give you my spiel on it. That's really
Hmm.
my. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, but I mean, so it's nothing that I can do. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing I can do. I can't get we can't get around racism. We can't get around it,
Hmm.
and we can't get around the fact because we're blatantly being shown every day y'all ain't shit. That's what we're being shown. Now, do I feel like
Hmm.
no, I don't think that's true about me. But I mean, as a whole, we get a constant reminder every day. I don't know if everybody peep it, but we get a constant reminder every day. Oh, okay. Well, y'all got it because it's a stereotype. Because every look on if you look on social media, that's another reason what made people want to shut down some of these programs. It is racism, most of it, or it is also it's not just racism, but it's also classism. Okay, That's another thing. So I can't just get around that either. I can't just get around because it's poor white folks too that's also being targeted. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
being honest, right? It's poor people in general, right? But if every day, and then the fact, like I said, social program, like I mean, society. If you look online, you again, like even with us talking about these damn mommies, like you don't think that Congress and some of these other motherfuckers, and don't get it twisted. I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but I'm just saying. Congress also is looking at this bullshit. They got these bitches online fighting, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then you can't even go on a trip without bitches trying to kill their friends. Like so
Oh
stupid as
yeah, that got real bad recently.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you don't think that this shit and this all social media induced, right? A lot of it, right?
That's why I want to do have a conversation about the AI thing. That's
Yeah,
those AI things videos that are being made right now.
right.
It's like a real. It's funny, but there's a
It's
message
scary.
behind how we're being seen and portrayed in those videos
Exactly. And then they because they're looking, that's another way
as
to
gorillas and
unhuman, like they're animals, like you're fucking animals.
yeah.
I mean, they looking online. They just like when you go to certain cities, when you go to, this is another reason why other races don't like us, because when you go travel around the world in different parts of the country, they looking at you like you ain't shit, because they assuming that you are just like, especially people from India. Let's just be in our look. We gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it. Just like people in India, you could come to a person from India, but black, and then to not be, it's not that you're being aggressive, but you're just letting people know, like, hey, well, is it okay, like, can you not put ice in it? And it's like black people don't have a right to, yeah, I'm paying my money, but black people don't have a right to, or black Americans, I should say, let's be clear, black Americans don't have a right to ask for something extra, or ask for something of quality, ask for quality. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just, it comes from these different races. It's like, and then they'll talk about like the Indians, like, that's why I stopped going to fucking. That's the main reason why I stopped going to fucking. What's that? Dunkin' Donuts, because that motherfucker. Every time I went there, that motherfucker be attitude and be stank with me, and I had to check him. I said, "Hold on, player." You know, I'm just.
You kill
It's
me
a lot.
when you call people players.
Yeah, I do. I got that bad. But I told him. But a lot of times, and they're being told, and then what they're being shown, right? I remember I met this African man. I worked with him at this computer company. That's a whole nother conversation. But at this computer company, I met this African, and well, he's from Africa. I don't remember what part, so don't ask. And so he was like, he was really aggressive when I first met him. I was just like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, and so we just had and then we had to have and we did like it was like the owner was like there every day, so we were all, so he made us do these exercises. But that owner was something else. He was good to me, but that motherfucker was on some shit. That's a whole nother
Mm.
conversation. But he was good he treated his employees really good. Now we got paid really good. And the fact is, we had to do these exercising trust things, and I just wouldn't trust him, he wouldn't trust me. And so we actually had to sit down and discuss, and they was like, the owner was like, everybody feel free to express how they feel and just be honest, so we can work through things and we can become stronger as a team, as a family, because you all are my family. I don't have real family, and I really want to create this thing where y'all gonna get paid. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And he was doing it at first, but then he got, long story. But anyway, and so he said, well, to be honest, he said, well, when I first, before I, he's straight from Africa, right? He was like on a student visa. And he was like, yeah, well, he said, well, before he came over here, they showed him these films. That's before the internet got real popular, y'all. This
Mm.
was dial up AOL. And he said, well, when we were they showed us these films, and they said African Americans were, ghetto, and he didn't say ghetto, he used another word like and privilege, and you all think you're better than us, and da 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 da. And I was like, what are you talking about? I say, I don't what? I was like, my parent, I came from a two single moms. I was like, first of all, I came from a two-parent household. What are you talking about? So it was just like a whole bunch of stuff they had taught him. So that's where, he said, well, they do with that with all races. They'll show, how you doing, Millie? Uh, and they would show us all, I mean, Melly, I'm sorry. And they would show us all these things about how fucked up African Americans are and da da da
Well,
da
she
da.
said, "Good morning." You know what, Doctor A? I gotta stop you right there, girl. I better get me some sleep.
Okay, go ahead.
I got kids coming in the morning. We're gonna have to do another part to this conversation because me and you'll start talking. We'll go all the way around the world to
I'm trying to tell
systemic
you.
racism. How about that?
All right, I'm trying to tell you. And
Yeah, she said good morning. And I was like, oh shoot, wait a minute. I gotta get me at
yeah, it is
least
kind of late. I didn't looked
three
on.
hours. Yeah, until she said I gotta get me at least 3 hours before I have to be up.
Yeah, I got to get up too. But I'm gonna finish my point. But you can go ahead, go. I appreciate you
Okay,
coming.
I'll go ahead and drop.
I appreciate you.
Okay, sorry y'all. We just been talking. But at least everybody hung out with you and been listening. So you getting your
Exactly.
views. Okay, I'm gone.
All right, I
Okay.
appreciate you. All right.
I'ma still be listening.
Okay, cool. So y'all, as I was stating, is that so anyway, so I had learned something valuable about that. And so now we have social the media. And so now, unfortunately, what do you see on social media? Well, you see a lot of people acting the fool, but black people are going to be targeted for acting the fool, right? More so, it's just the facts. It's just factors in this. It's factors in this, and then the fact that it's so much craziness on social media, and it's magnetized even more, and black people pointing out. So Congress is, of course, looking at all of this, and they want to do it anyway, but this just makes it an excuse. I'm just saying, makes it even more so an excuse to be able to take all these programs, but they're not using it any damn way. You know what I'm saying? They don't need this much, and besides, they might as well go into the army and draft. They could be. So just put them on front lines and red run them like they did the slaves. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that is the bigger picture, and unfortunately that we have to look at. And I know this ties back, and I know y'all like, what the fuck this got to do with Diddy? Got a lot to do with it. You understand what I'm saying? So we can't play like it. And yes, he's a horrible person. Again, again, I mean, I don't know what more y'all want me to feel. Thanks. You're welcome, Passion. I know that y'all want me to have this because I'm a woman, and y'all want me to have this undying love for Cassie. I'm not saying I do or don't. I'm just saying that I want everybody to think about, if all this had happened to a black, dark-skinned woman, would everybody be as outraged? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking. That's the question I want to leave everybody with. I want to ask that question. Would you be as outraged? And don't get it twisted, because nobody should be. Oops, I don't give a damn what color they are. I don't give it. I don't even give a damn if it's a male or a fucking female. That's how I am, or an animal. I don't think people should be done like that. Okay. But I'm just asking. Would it make a difference to you all? And be honest with yourself. You ain't gotta tell me, but I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it. If you're a light skinned female, and it was, and or you biracial, or you are not, or you're a non black person, would you look at it the exact same way? Would you be like, oh my god? Would you be as outrageous? Because do keep in mind that again, and I'm not saying she still didn't deserve to be beat like that, but she wasn't the best with Kim Porter either, the dark skinned, excuse me, Diddy baby mama. Diddy wasn't that great to her either. If you do your research up on that, you will also see that he didn't treat her the best, and she did die mysteriously. But that's a whole nother conversation about the doctor. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist right now, but the doctor actually who did the autopsy, who basically told the truth, was He died mysteriously too, but that's a whole nother conversation, y'all. Do your research. But you have to ask yourself about that. It's just I know I've been in this situation. When I got into it, me and my son got into a pretty damn bad, the worst accident you could possibly. Okay, let me not say it like that. We were in a very bad accident, not the worst. Now that's not the worst. That's a lie. I'm lying. Okay, I apologize. Let me throw that in there. Not the worst, but it was the worst one I've ever been in. Okay, and I've been in few, but it was definitely the worst one I have been in. Like the bag busted on my son, like the bag busted. Like we did have our seatbelts on. The car like turned around. This white teenage girl. I'm just telling y'all some real stuff. This girl, her car, she hit us. Number one, the first place they ran over to, and I saw them. They ran over to her, and my car was way more total than hers. They ran up to her. They didn't even. Then they came over to me and they tried to give me a ticket because my son was in a seatbelt, but we didn't have a. He was like 7. He was like 7, about to turn 8. I forgot what the age was. He was like 8. He was like 7. He was like a couple of months from turning turning 8 for the booster seat. And they gave me, I mean, I got it thrown out though. All I did was present the information. The judge was like, "Ma'am, did you have a seatbelt on?" I said, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, hey, he said, "How old is he?" And I gave him the birth date and everything. That judge threw that out. He said, "God, he's just being an asshole now." But yeah, I understand. But the point is, they was like, "Oh my God, are you okay, ma'am?" They was talking to the little white teenager. "Are you okay, ma'am?" I'm just saying. Listen. I want to get away from race topics. I really do, but I can't. Like, what y'all want me to do? And they was like, "Are you okay, ma'am?" They're talking to her. They was like, "Oh my God, we have to see about you." And she was just, and I'm all days, y'all. I couldn't even. They asked me my name, but I didn't even remember my name at first. And even my baby kind of said, "Well, why are they over there with her? We're hurt." You know what I'm saying? Me and my son had to go to the hospital. She didn't even go to the hospital, y'all. We went to the hospital, okay? And then police showed up in my hospital bed, in my room, and gave me a damn ticket about a damn booster seat. Now if it was a seatbelt seat, I deserved that, right? But if he had a seatbelt on, he was just only reason why I didn't have the booster seat in the car is because we were because my husband had took his booster seat out of the other car, and then we had the other car that we had, it was getting fixed in the shop because someone had broke into it. So we had to get that car, the console fixed, and then they had stuck the key in there. Long story short, and I had left the booster seat in there, but we did go get that booster seat that day. But maybe the next day. But still, you understand what I'm saying, though? I'm just telling y'all how stuff is. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that, but it is. I can give you several examples, but I'm just telling you, it's just like, "Oh, you're strong," and then the ambulance person came over. They said, "Oh, I guess you want to go to the hospital, huh? You don't look that bad, man." Do you know they had to ask me what my name was or what the president was? I kind of had to think about you understand? I was kind of knocked some sense into me a little bit. I was just a little out of there, just a little bit out of there. And I kept on hearing, she kept calling she kept on asking me for something. I kept on trying to go through and repeat and go through a circle and circle. My mind was kind of going. You understand what I'm saying? So, and they're like, "Oh, I guess you want to go to the hospital." But they didn't say that to the teenager that ran into me that was texting. She didn't get not one ticket. Do you understand what I'm saying, y'all? She didn't get no ticket. They didn't even say nothing to her. They was like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Ma'am, are you okay?" I mean, once and the only reason why I knew about that because I had called my husband. My husband was right there, and I called him, and he showed up, and he's like, "Why are y'all over here with her? My wife is not, right now. I'm talking to her. I'm trying to talk, and she don't know where she at. I guess you're gonna want to go to the ambulance." How old is he? I mean, just just ridiculous, stupid shit. And I'm just telling y'all that that black people, especially black women, we're expected to bounce back and not, like we're inhuman. That's health wise. That's everything wise. And people try to act like it's not true. It's factors. It's factors now. Okay. So, of course, she should never been beat. Nobody should be beat like that. But again, they just didn't prove it. The bottom line is. But a lot of people are outraged over. Oh, people are outraged because they feel like he should have been convicted. Well, why the fuck they didn't prove it? They should have proved it. Simple. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I know some of y'all gonna be really upset about what I said, but shit, oh well. You just gonna have to be mad at Dr. A because Dr. A is not gonna come up here and sugarcoat shit for y'all. I'm not gonna do that. My mind, my soul, my spirit is not gonna come up here and lie and tickle people's fancies. I don't tickle people's fancies. When we get to talking real shit, now when it comes to Olivia and all these other stupid assholes on here, these stupid ass mommies and they stupid. I might shoot the shit with y'all, and I might be like, I can see where you're coming from, but it's absolutely, I don't accept, I don't deal with when it comes to racism and tolerance of people, of treating people funny because of the color of their skin or the texture of their hair or any of that shit or mistreatment of children. We gonna keep it real in here, okay, y'all? We gonna keep it real. If y'all want to keep it real about these hoes, now we can argue all day about whether or not Gerard slept with Olivia, okay? That can be, y'all can argue about that all the day. But and the one thing we're not gonna do over here is that I know a lot of times y'all be like, well, y'all stupid for believing that he had sex with Olivia. Y'all stupid for not believing. Listen, I'm not stupid either way. It's not my motherfucking business whether or not Gerard fucked a stinking asshole, his ex-wife. That really ain't none of my business. We just talk about it because we talk about it, right? Because we talk to shit, talk about the shit because, it's we in the mommy sector. But again, that's really between Antonisha and them folks over there. And if Olivia want to keep reliving that moment and keep thirsting over it, that's gonna be on her. But we'll talk about it. But I don't have to have emotional feelings behind it. Gerard is not my relative, right? He's not my husband, my baby daddy, or none of that. I don't even know Gerard, so I don't know Olivia either. So I don't have an emotional attachment. But I just don't like stupidity. I don't like nobody getting on my nerves. That's the real. And I don't. That's it. That's what the fuck it is. Okay. And hey, it is what it is. I don't give a damn about Diddy, but he an animal. Shit. And now people know that he an animal. Hopefully, people will stay the fuck away from him because they know how he is. So, but they won't. So that's another sector to that. And if Cassie wasn't married right now to him, if Cassie wasn't with her husband and had children with him, she probably would be. If Diddy will take her back right now, she'll probably go back. See, y'all don't want me talk. Y'all don't want me to have that conversation because why did Cassie say she left him? And don't act like she said, well, you treated them better than you treated me. As an ooze victim, that would be the last thing on your mind. Try to tell you, last thing on your mind. And I'm a survivor of rape. Okay, if you want to know the truth. Okay, so I take a little offense to some things. Okay, just to share that with you. I ain't gonna go there about anything else, but so I don't want to hear that shit. Anyway, let me get out of here. Love y'all.